Okay, I'm hoping that worked. Hi everyone, and welcome to the first follow-up or follow-along live stream of 2022. Today we're going to be tackling buildings and environments. It's something that I personally feel like I could level up in, and I want to do it with you guys. So if you're curious on leveling your own skills with this subject matter as well, you should join me today, and you can actually download the reference pack below. If it doesn't work, please let us know right away before we start this. We'll probably start in about 5 minutes, just so that people that are joining in, if they want to get themselves together, get their paper, or if you're doing it digitally, get an iPad or your Cintiq, all tuned in and ready to go. And then we'll go ahead and start it. So, as always, I'm Timothy Von Rueden, better known as vonnart Online, and I'm joined by my boyfriend Josh. He will be acting as moderator, and he'll be the one monitoring not only comments, but the timer, switching the image, and keeping the chat going. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun-filled day.
Really fun.
We haven't done one of these in a few months, so we'll see how it goes. Also, if you have any comments or questions during the live stream, even if it doesn't pertain to what we're working on, just put @vonnart or @schwa in the comments. That way Josh can see it much more easier going through the stream, because sometimes comments get lost, and we want to make sure we answer as many as we can to the best of our ability. So, yeah. How's everyone doing? That was kind of a mouthful.
We are here.
We are here.
Dria's here this week.
Oh, Dria. Hello, hello.
see
How are you
Dria.
doing?
We actually met Dria at Dragon Con.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wishy's here. Hello.
Hello.
Luna Luz is here. Long time no see. Hello, all. Good to see
Luna.
you.
Hello, hello.
Jamie says, I'm ready.
Oh, yeah, I hope you guys
good.
want to join me today. I mean, this is something that kind of went back to the stream. If you guys remember my terrible feeling on this one, what was it, like 4 weeks ago? I did not enjoy drawing this. I went in with such high expectations and all this hope, and then I left feeling like I don't know what I'm doing with environments. And immediately after, I took the time and I was like, let's do some studies of it. And this is what I did, a sheet of just studies, and I realized I learned so much even from this short little sheet. So I decided I'm going to then implement that into a live stream and do it with you guys, because rather than trying to do one quality one when you don't know exactly what you're doing, it's way better to do a bunch of smaller ones when you're still trying to learn how to figure out the shape, the structure, and how to make it look like it upholds what you want it to. And I'm not able to do that off the top of my mind right now, so I think doing more of these studies will really help. So this is kind of what I'm looking for in terms of even from you guys. Try not to have them be too perfect. Try not to focus too much on like the brick or roof textures throughout. Really try to get the whole shape and structure of each reference image and try to capture that first. And if you have some extra time at the end, I guess you can go in and start detailing some things. But remember, we're not really focusing on the polish on this stream. We're focusing on the structure. So I'm hoping that's what you guys will be able to do with me today. So yeah, well, I'll say we'll wait like another 2 minutes still. So
Yeah, we'll get everyone in.
yeah, hi everyone.
Duster
Can I turn it on a little bit?
says, excited to finally be here live for one of these.
Well, welcome.
And I'm Breezy. Key into the Discord if anyone cares. We do care. I'm still trying to pull up my Discord. Tim's works, though. For some reason, my Discord stopped working this morning.
So for those who want to join the Discord, we have one below, and that's where you can download the reference pack. And at the end of this stream, that's where I'll ask you guys to post your own studies if you want to see them on the screen here at the end. So if you are not in that Discord, I won't have any way of seeing what you did today with me. And I would really like to share and see what you guys do. Because if there's something that I'm learning with like a new subject matter like this, is there's so much that we can learn from other artists, and especially doing studies of the same subject matter, there's a lot of little things you can pick up in like the nuances that maybe I'm picking up and drawing something that you guys aren't seeing, and there's a really good chance that you guys are going to be drawing something that I'm not able to see. And then being able to compare and contrast, it'll help each of us then either add more to what we're doing or subtract something that we're doing that we feel that's wrong or it doesn't add value to the piece. So yeah, I would really appreciate it if you guys not only follow along, but then post them in the Discord so that we can bring them up on the stream afterwards.
Luna says Winter Chill is finally leaving.
Yeah.
So excited for more. Oh yeah, we're getting, I think, It's like 65 today, I think it's going to be.
And for Wisconsin, that's really warm.
So very excited. We're going to be outside, taking bike rides later.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then one more thing. If you guys want to join our YouTube members to use the custom emojis, we have that option below. And currently we have, I think, 8 emojis, and we want to keep adding to it. So the more members we get, the more that YouTube allows us to add emojis. So we want to add more of Josh, more of our cats, and just let that continue to build up. And then we also have a donation tip button. So if you want to donate on the stream, that is not only appreciated, but it makes us want to do more of these. So it would be highly appreciated. Thank you guys. Okay, are we ready? Is everyone ready? Does everyone have their things ready?
Got the first reference up already.
Woo.
Right.
Oh, I forgot. I have some books, but I'll share them at the end. These are really good reference books too if you want to have like a physical book to help reference and look at. I'll share these at the end while we're restructuring some things. Okay, so if everyone's ready, we're going to have, I already have one pulled up under us. But I'm assuming if you want to follow along, it would be way easier to just download the reference pack. That way you're not looking at the stream back and forth, but you can have it on like a separate monitor. Anyways, okay, you guys ready to get this going? All right, Josh, you got a lot of tasks to do today.
Well, this first one's simple because I just have to click start on the timer.
Right, I'm going to turn this so I can see the image better.
Okay. And also, you don't have to draw, so if you're just here and you just chill out, feel free to just hang out with us.
Also true.
Yeah.
Can I resize this or no? No.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
had
God.
it perfect.
And,
Just a smidge more. Perfect. Okay,
all right.
that's good. All right.
Okay. And maybe if it helps you guys too, just put a small number next to it. I mean, I'll most likely be able to tell which each is, but just so we can do this.
All right.
Hi.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
There we go.
And we're off.
Do I do like a 5-minute warning then? We
We do a 5-minute, a 2-minute, and then
30-second.
I would say 5, 2, 1.
Okay.
So if you guys are like me when drawing or illustrating, whatever it is, I have a really bad habit of detailing too quickly. Oops, I gotta loosen up. Let's go. And in this type of a study, I really want to try to focus more on the shapes. And even if they're slightly off, that's not necessarily the point, because I'm not going for 100% accuracy. And I'm trying to get just more comfortable with these type of shapes, because if you don't draw environments a lot, these type of shapes are a little stranger.
Jamie says, my husband wants me to do a picture of our house, so this will help me immensely. Well, that'd be cute.
Oh, that's really cute. I know some people start environments differently. They'll use like perspective grids and stuff. And I do think eventually I do have to try some of those studies. But I think for today, I'm really just trying to capture the shapes, even if it might be a little out of perspective. That's okay.
Dustifer says, I actually met you two at Anime Milwaukee. I think I bought a sketchbook and a print from you two.
Oh.
I talked to you guys a fair amount, but I don't expect you to remember if you don't. I looked you guys up afterwards and I'm like, holy crap, they have a lot of followers on Instagram.
Well, thank you. Anime Milwaukee was actually a really good time. I don't know if we mentioned when you were at the booth, but we had 15 artists staying with us that weekend. So our whole house was just filled with artists every night. And it was a blast. Because then every night we got to talk and catch up with everyone. And it was a lot of fun. So I hope you had fun at Anime Milwaukee. I really should be using the eraser.
Our little hometown convention.
Mm-hmm.
Audria says, I can't draw along. I only have 30 to 40 minutes, but I'm here for moral support. I've been going through an art identity crisis for 3 or so months now, so I haven't drawn much, but small sketches or studies to keep my skill up. It's still refreshing to hear you guys, though.
Oh,
Drea, it's good to have you here. Will we see you again? Oh, for at DragonCon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find out if we get
Maybe we'll see you at
accepted later
DragonCon.
this week.
Oh, Oscar, what, you guys already started?
Yeah, we're up and going. I mean, thankfully, you're still basically on time.
Yeah, they're still... This is only the first one, so you're good.
Oh, yeah, I definitely made this a little too skinny, but that's okay.
That's what studies are for.
That's what studies are for. Well, I was going to mention... Oh, Tadria, the art identity crisis. Don't worry, that's something that every artist goes through, and it's like a periodic thing. I haven't met an artist that hasn't gone through that type of a feeling before. So, no, it's totally normal, and if you kind of keep at it and just don't stop drawing. Don't stop creating. Unless if it feels like you're creating because you feel you like obligated rather than from the heart. So maybe try to find more drawings of things that you want to actually draw and then go from there.
Oh, from the heart.
From the heart.
That reminds me. There's this little store Tim and I go to. It's called From the Heart. But they always have they have rooms for every holiday year round. So they literally have a Halloween room year round.
Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite stores ever. But you know what's funny is I always forget what the store is called because in my mind it's the holiday store. But I know that's not right.
From the Heart. Oscar says, I just finished playing beach volleyball. Thought I'd be able to get home in time. Guess I'll have some entertainment on the bus on the way home.
Yeah. Oh, you play beach volleyball? I almost don't want to announce this, but so me joining them, I'm definitely the older man in this scenario. But I think I'll be able to keep up with them fairly well. But like I haven't played volleyball in so long. We'll see how that goes.
We are hitting the 5-minute mark. 5 minutes.
See, I think I was getting too caught up in the smaller details. I gotta go a little faster here.
Yeah, you just gotta be careful. Do stretches beforehand. No backaches. Luna says, how are you guys?
Good.
Doing really good. Actually, yeah, the weather today is great, so I think naturally just feeling really good today, thankfully. After being...
Here you go.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Ahead. I was saying, I think naturally after all winter, it's just a warm day is just going to make everyone kind of in a better mood. It's warm and sunny too, so that's just the winning combo.
I was gonna say I've been in a really great mood because have any of you guys read Witch Hat Altier? I can never say this word. Altier.
Oh yeah. Do you want me to grab it?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm good. I don't have to do any time announcements.
It's a manga that I stumbled upon literally when I was at Barnes & Noble because, I mean, it's a long story why I was even there, but I was stuck at Barnes & Noble for like an hour and a half. And I had to wait for my parents. So I was just looking through and eventually I went to the kids book area because at one point I thought I was going to be a kids book illustrator. So I was just seeing what new kids books there were. And then for whatever reason, this manga was sitting in that section and it was called Witch Hat Atelier. Oh my gosh.
Atelier.
No, it's Atelier. Atelier? It's this one.
Oh.
So like the cover was like, okay, this kind of has a similar vibe to what I really like. But then as I was going through, and don't worry, I won't spoil or anything. There are just some really, really good drawings. But where's the one that sold me? Oh, one. Look at this. Look at this witch. This is literally exactly the type of witch I'm into. Like long black sleeve. He kind of looks like Josh too because he has white hair, blue eyes.
Well,
but then
it'll white hair right now.
It'll randomly have images like this that I think are just stunning. And especially for a manga, I think this is great. Oh, sorry, I gotta keep drawing though.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, this like.
It's good. Tim got me to start reading it too, and I'm loving it. So
it's more than just the art though.
Person.
It's the way that they do magic. I'm rarely impressed by like the way magic is shown in almost anything. I think Spirit Away was like that one of those rare scenarios where like I loved it. This one already has that same sense and it explains how magic works and it's so well thought out. If you guys are interested in like fantasy witch type stories, I literally can't recommend this one enough so far, at least book one. I've been telling Josh, I think I might go to Barnes & Noble and not buy book 2, but literally just sit there and read the entirety of the second book while I'm just sitting there. Because I was able to read the first one basically in one sitting, and it's very short. You could probably read in like an hour and a half, not even.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I got to move a little quicker here. So when I like to end off my environments, I like to give the outer rim kind of a thicker outline to kind of separate it. Oh my gosh, I was definitely talking way too much.
Someone called you out. They said the house looks narrow.
Oh, it's way too narrow.
This is the first one. Just warming up.
Well, and I think that's kind of the beauty of doing these is when I was doing the one environment like 4 weeks ago, I was so nervous of it having to look like perfect. But today I'm like, you know what? No, we're going to just go fast and try to be constructive as we go. So I know on this one, okay, the proportions are way too slender, and I unintentionally made it too slim. So on the next one, I'm going to really try to make sure I focus on fixing that.
Under a minute. All right, 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes I like to just add little details to imply the whole texture. So like the roof, I don't have to do every shingle, but at least a few of them to imply the shingles. So then even down here, I obviously can't draw every brick with the time I have. So you just draw a few and it'll get the impression across.
All right, 5, 4.
Oh my gosh.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. Well, mine's super skinny. I'm not sure why. All right, so if you pull up the second one.
Oh, yeah. Look at this next one. Right
so we'll do like a minute in between each one, just so obviously not only can Josh switch it over, but also you can recenter, refocus, take a look at what you did. I think it also doesn't help that during live streams, I'm viewing it at an angle. So I do have to almost consciously look a little more straight down at it so that I'm making sure it's not as stretched as this one. Let me get my second one up. Oh, this is the one that Josh recommended. So all these images were ones that were recommended in the Discord yesterday because I asked for a bunch of reference images, and then I found just a couple more to round it out this morning to kind of fit the same theme of all the homes. And this is one that Josh found.
Josh needs a little jabbing stick. Just little reminders.
Right.
Oscar says, also, Tim, I heard you played, it's libero, right? In high school? When was the last time you played indoor volleyball?
Oh, libero. Well, I always say it wrong, but yeah, I played libero actually I was on varsity when I was a sophomore, but I played beach volleyball 5 years ago was the last time I did it.
All right. Oops. I'll let it go. Okay.
Oh yeah.
10
you guys
minutes
ready?
on the clock. Not an hour. 10 minutes. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Ella's here. Hello, Ella.
Ella's the one that does the wonderful emojis.
All these emojis. I want to post them all.
So welcome, Ella. And she's also one of our wonderful mods on the Discord. Oh, this house has a weird side structure. Be sure to capture that if you guys are doing the left side of this. I didn't even notice the roof like slants with the side of the house.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's weird.
What a cool house, though.
I feel like this house probably deals with leaks a lot.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of little nooks and crannies on that thing. Definitely some leaks. As he says, I think it looks better narrow, a bit spookier. Oh, that last house.
It's definitely different. But thankfully, I'm in such a good mood when doing studies like this because I really do not care about perfection, which I think with a lot of my drawing stuff, well, I'm sure a lot of you guys feel this too. You want it to look accurate, and especially if you're doing it live like this, you want to show the people that are watching, like, hey, I can do this and have it look accurate. But for me, I'm like, you know what? I openly will admit I need to get better at environment. So when things aren't perfect, I think it kind of fits the tune because I know I'm not good at this yet.
AJ Rogers says, hello, hello. Any
Hello,
tips
hello.
with dealing with burnout when you have an art deadline to meet?
Oh, that's the worst. I mean, I had a full-time job with CG Cookie back in the day where they would sometimes give me projects and deadlines that I just was not, I just wasn't feeling it sometimes. And yeah, you kind of have to push through. I'm one of those people I'm pretty good at kind of digging my heels in the sand and just getting things done if I need to. But I'll put on music, I'll get food that I really like and just head down and work. I'm trying to think of something else that like really helped me.
I think you're good at scheduling them into your day, I guess. Or
Yeah.
Not trying to do it all at once.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. If you're like saving everything for the end and now you're feeling it, ooh, I've been there a couple times in the past and that sucks. This is one of those things where take this as a learning lesson so in the future you don't do the same thing, because when you're trying to draw and you're not feeling it, it just is not a good time. Man, I'm making this one skinny too. I must have an affinity for like really long, slender homes. I guess I can force this a bit thicker.
Alice says volleyball is so much fun. Sadly, I only play it like once every summer with my family in a very not according to proper rules way.
I love volleyball. I mean, my favorite sport though to play is tennis. I would say that's the one I was really pretty decent at in high school. Volleyball, I was pretty good, but I've learned, and as much as I hate admitting this, I think I do better not on team sports. I think I have that over sense of control where I like any faults being my own, so I can quickly evaluate what I did wrong and then try to apply and fix it. But when it's your teammates, obviously you can give them moral support and you can try to give them suggestions, but sometimes that can just be more frustrating in the moment. So then I'll just keep my mouth shut, but then they might not get better necessarily, which could even be a problem. What is wrong with that shutter? Oh, it looks like it's broken or something. I'm going to give them normal shutters.
I don't know, that one shutter on the lower window too is weird. There's like one above and then the other
Yeah,
is
I mean, that's
diagonally.
actually really cute because when you close them, it's just on either side.
Well, yeah, it helps give the house more of this even more like, obtruse kind of feeling to it, where it's just all over. Nothing's really.
Yeah, this is
lined
such
up.
a cute home.
It's like an old witch home or something.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me a little bit of Santa Fe, like out in New Mexico.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of homes had that more like clay built
Oh.
structure like that. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say because the actual shape of it doesn't feel New Mexico, but I guess yeah, the materials feels that way.
Just a little under 5 minutes right now.
Ah. Okay. Whew, come on, Tim. Get everything in.
Drea asks, "What's your favorite motivation snack?"
Oh, there are these Cliff nut butter bars, and I usually have one in the morning. I shouldn't even be recommending these though, because I haven't looked on how healthy these things are, but they're like peanut butter with a little bit of chocolate, and it's like a granola bar, but it has protein and it's perfect for vegans in terms of like getting that morning burst of energy. Because I don't really enjoy having a big breakfast nowadays. It's like something small just to get me going, and those bars seem to be a really good pick me up. Clementines, I usually have clementines in the house. I'll snack on those frequently. Yeah, what about you, Josh?
Usually, like, before vegan, it was crackers and cheese, but now I found out there's so many vegan cheesy dipping sauces now, so I still do crackers with some kind of, like, dipping sauce. That's just my go-to. Better chips and salsa, I guess, too, are, like, always a good... Better cookies, too. Those are my 3.
I was heartbroken when I found out that Tostitos salsa dip is actually one of the worst, like, health ones for you.
Oh, it's just sugar, isn't it?
It just has way too much sodium for what it is.
Oh, salt, okay.
Yeah. So I'm on the hunt for a new salsa chip. I'm mild, mind you, because I can't do spicy at all.
No spicy.
Actually, if any of you have good salsa recommendations that's mild, I would love to hear it. And that's healthy. I'm trying to find healthier
We could try
options.
making homemade. We can make homemade salsa from the garden this year.
Yeah,
Or like a
I
homemade
would
pico de
love
gala or
to do
something
that.
would be good.
Yeah, so Josh and I will be starting the garden up soon. I'm sure we'll share it with you guys on the Wednesdays on when we start it. We'll kind of show you guys in the Discord how it's going. Man, there was a lot to this house in 10 minutes. I felt like, oh yeah, this looks like an easier one, but as I'm going through, there's just a lot to it. I kind of love this house.
It's a cute little house.
How much time do we have?
2 minutes 30 seconds.
Okay.
Adria says, "This is you in quotes. I have issues with control. Picture has an uneven shutter. What is that? Well, it's not there anymore."
That's what I'm saying. Like this is such a good exercise for me personally because I'm letting go of that control. Where I think I have a
2
problem
minutes.
with that.
2 minutes.
Actually, no, I feel good with this one. You know what? I'm gonna take that last 2 minutes and I'm gonna start kind of doing some darker outlining here.
Adria says I like Newman's salsa. Oh.
Oh, I know Newman's.
Yeah.
Are
We
they
used to get salad
generally
dressing.
healthy for you?
I don't think the Newman's ones are. At least probably, I mean, better than Tostitos.
I know. I literally found this like survey of the 10 worst salsas, and this Tostitos one that I like was number 1. Like literally the worst one you can get. I was like, well, all right. I guess we can change that out. Because I'm one of those people, even if I love something, if I find out that it really just is not the best, I'm okay leaving it behind. Like even when I went vegan, there are like certain things that I really loved. SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
Snicker bars, and toaster strudels.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
I think Kit Kats are the one thing I do.
Well, those are becoming vegan soon, or like a vegan option.
I'm so excited.
So really quick, you can see as I darken some of the areas, it really pops out some of the features, which can really help contain the larger shapes. And usually artists will do this for the outline and then have the lines within to be smaller. And this just helps the viewer kind of categorize things quickly when they look at it to know where something ends and where it begins. Oh, this one I like. Okay, this one was much better than my first one.
It's such a cute little house. All right, 10 seconds.
Might do a little
And
fine
a 5, a 4, a 3, 2, and a 1.
All right. Woo! How did that one go for everyone? Or what is that weird shadow from? Oh, you know what? We got to turn off the overhead light. So with your left foot.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. One more. One more. Yeah.
Cool.
We'll
We
move
lost the
over.
sun for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. To me, this one feels definitely more relaxed. The first one felt very like trying to fit everything and squeeze it, and that's where I think I was having some issues. This one felt a little more relaxed and just like trying to find those outer shapes. So I think that was more successful than my first one.
All right. The sun's coming back in like probably 10 seconds. It's just a big cloud.
Actually, we don't have to keep it on. I actually like how neutral it is, to be honest.
All right.
All right, hold on.
Make sure you
hold
give
on.
yourself some room, Tim.
Hold on. Hold on. All right, let me take a sip.
Oh, yeah, wait. What am I doing? Here, I'll put in, since we're a little behind, we'll do 40 seconds. There we go, everyone.
All right, this one's a little weird because it's a painting where it's not as structural, but I threw this one in there because I think it does a really good job at simplifying the shapes. So I think the challenge for this one specifically is really trying to capture the shapes and have it read right, because there's some more round shapes than in the previous ones. So we'll see if we can get this together.
Well, I'll get to some of these questions once you're going. Oscar says, I know exactly the snack you mean. I used to eat them a lot, but they're very expensive.
Oh, the nut butter ones?
Yeah. We find our grocery store sometimes does like a deal on them. All right.
Okay. Let me make sure I'm on the screen.
10 minutes. All right.
Whew. Okay, guys.
All right. 5.
Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. I feel like a professor right now.
I feel like I also am going to be drawing this probably way smaller than I should be to kind of fit on the left hand of this page.
The sun's back. The sun's back. Let's see. Aldria says Tostitos has 250 milligrams of sodium. Newman's has 65 milligrams.
Wait, really quick. Thank you, Warda, for subscribing.
Oh. Why did we not hear that?
I heard it.
You heard that?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I did not hear. Let's see. All right, we have a question for you. Zay Love says, Tim, can you explain how you can get the distance between the lines and shapes in accurate proportions?
I don't think I do yet. I'm doing my best to kind of draw what I see. But like that first one, I noticed almost immediately, and you guys noticed it too, the chimney was too thin. And since I was basing a lot of my other lines on that chimney, the chimney was like my rooted center point that I built everything else off of. And because the chimney was too slender, everything else looked a little more slender. So I know, even though I'm still kind of new at this, one of the things I will say is when you have kind of a anchor point, try to make sure that that anchor feels in proportion, because everything that will be built off that anchor, if the anchor isn't accurate, nothing will look accurate. So that'd be my number one advice. But also, if you guys, I mean, this is something that I am not a master in, so we are learning this together. So if you guys want to even share some tips in the chat as well, or even with me personally, because I'm still struggling too. But I think it's good to have a mindset of, yeah, I might not be great at it yet, but I will be. I really am a big believer in the whole manifesting and the power of thought. And this was even before I read some of the books, like The Secret and The Power of Intention and stuff. But I do think that plays a lot into your growth as an artist, because if you believe you can do pretty much anything, then it's just a matter of time.
Gabby says to you that one was tricky, but at least I took the time to add little leaks that Schwa was talking about. Ella says you can make homemade Snickers very easily.
Oh.
Something similar to it with peanut butter, syrup, and cornflakes. I'm not the best at vegan chocolate, but I'm sure there's some good options that you can use for it. Probably not the healthiest thing in the world, though. Sometimes you gotta just splurge a little bit. I make not the healthiest cookies, like those chocolate cookies I just made the other day.
Oh, really?
Not the best for you.
Oh, Josh.
Tim, what did you think? It's a chocolate cookie with
I
chocolate
don't know.
chip.
I mean, you know I like spinach pancakes.
Well, sometimes you gotta just have some chocolate cookies.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, just the one cookie here and there is not gonna, do that much.
It's gonna kill me.
It's already happening. Adria, Professor Schwa.
Yeah, this one was definitely more tricky.
This one's like a weird.
The angle's so weird.
Yeah, the shape, and then the little workhouse in the back is cute though. The
I mean,
furnace.
it's good to have a little challenge like this as well, because learning different perspectives is a useful tool when drawing environments as well. I mean, I have some environment art friends, And yeah, a lot of it is about the perspective and consistency. So yeah, any of you guys, I'm sure if you guys are actually following along today, you're not commenting as much. So maybe during the break, let me know if this one was more of a challenge for you as well.
Yeah, it looks like that last one was a little bit of a challenge.
No, the last one was, oh, for other people?
Yeah.
Oh, really? See, I thought this one might be the most challenging so far. Well, maybe it is, and maybe people, it's just getting more challenging as we go on, which I guess is a good thing. I mean, if this was Elden Rings, we gotta be spending our rune points in environments. I am not sufficient enough.
Yeah, this little house reminds me of something you would see in WoW or something, because it has that more, like, chunkier
Agreed.
aesthetic to it, which I like. With the little furnace and workshop. Oh yes, a little under 5 minutes too. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
It's
seriously?
4 minutes 45 seconds. I wasn't that off.
Ooh, I think the perspective is challenging me right now for sure.
Dustiver says, I find it, as I'm growing as an artist, I find a lot more value in more philosophical teachings as opposed to pure technical teachings.
Oh, 100%.
Like the approach to how to draw, how to think while doing art or doing a sketch, etc.
I do believe because I was a little overconfident in high school because I was the only artist really in high school. And I think having my teacher tell me you might be a big fish, but when you're thrown into the ocean, you're going to be nothing in comparison. I think I took that bullheaded mentality of like, I'll prove her wrong. She ended up being one of my favorite teachers I've ever had, and I love her so much. Oh, this was way off. Oh my God, I wasn't even close. This line is supposed to connect to the roof, but my roof is so off. But anyways, I taught this course when I was working at CG Cookie called I Can Draw Anything. And what I learned halfway through, it really wasn't so much teaching people how to draw. It was just teaching people to feel confident enough that they could draw, which I agree with you so much about doing art isn't so much about the technical side of it as just feeling like you can and having someone just say, like, keep going, keep it up. Because I think as artists, sometimes we don't have a lot of that encouragement growing up. I feel like I was one of the lucky ones that did get that support from their parents, but I've had a lot of friends that was not the case, especially when they decided to go into the art world. It's not like their parents were jumping for joy, we'll say.
My baby.
Oh, hi, Casper.
There we go.
So this is baby Casper, for those of you who are new to the stream. He is our second fur child, I guess if you want to call it that.
Oh, he's so sweet, too.
He's a very sweet baby.
He's very sweet.
A little needy lately, and I'm not sure why, but...
He has been needy.
I mean, I'm not helping because I'll give him the attention then.
Here, do you want the window a little bit there? There, now you can go. Enjoy the window, Casper. The cats are happy today, too.
Oh yeah, our cats love the outdoors. So we took them outside for a little bit yesterday. Probably we'll take them out for just a smidge today. But I think I definitely want to go on a bike ride if you're down, Josh.
Yes, no, definitely.
I feel like when the weather is this good, we can't not pass it up.
Well, to have the sun out, too, because sometimes you get a warm day, but then it's still really cloudy.
Actually, true.
So we get both. Ella says that's why we work out, so we can eat more sweets, says the one who has yet to start going to the gym.
Yeah.
Tim and I have been doing, like, also just 2 minutes now. Tim and I have been trying to do 10-minute warm workouts in the morning.
Well, we were doing them consistently, but then I hurt my back on one of them. I was so dumb, but we'll get back into it. Josh is like, gosh darn it.
Yeah, gosh darn it, Tim.
Okay, so I'm at the point now where I'm going to start outlining some things, but I definitely noticed my perspective was off. Like my roof feels a little squished. And that's okay. I think kind of like what we were talking about just a second ago of it's not so much the technique, but what goes in behind it. Not only your attitude about doing art, but I think having a critical eye, I think being able to actually see the flaws and what could be better is super important as an artist. Because if you can't see what's wrong, it's really hard to want to improve it. Because I know a lot of artists say, well, yeah, I know my art's bad, but I don't know why it's bad.
1 minute left.
And if you can start to figure out why it's bad, it's like you're almost a detective. I had one teacher in college that talked about how doing art is just problem solving over and over and over again. So if you notice something is off, okay, well, you found the problem. Now, how do you fix it? And it was a really great lesson for a lot of us because nothing then seemed unattainable. It was just the way we thought about it needed to change.
30 seconds?
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Tim.
You know what, though? For being kind of a harder one, I feel like I didn't do the worst here.
All right, 10 seconds.
Not the best, but I don't think it's terrible.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Woo! Yeah, that one was a challenge. How do you guys feel about that one? I definitely struggled with the roof specifically, and then the angle of the side with the door. And if I'm looking at it kind of straight down, this should be kind of turned more and opened up.
Yeah, Drea said, I dislike the perspective so much. It's called isometric drawing and is used so much in indie games.
Oh yeah, Sean loves isometric.
Oscar says, I've also noticed that a lot of times the quality of my drawings are entirely linked to how passionate I am about the piece and how motivated I am to create a specific piece as opposed to practice.
That's very, very true. Very, 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 very true.
All right. 10 seconds until the next one.
Whew.
We're sticking with 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
the last 4 will be 15.
Okay.
Oh, did I mention this at the beginning of the stream? So yeah, the first 5 that we're doing are 10-minute studies, and then the last 4 will be 15. So the last 4, we're going to take that momentum and finding the structure and stuff. Still get that, but then we're getting an extra 5 minutes to hone in on some of the details. So let's see if we can do some of that today.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, this one right off the bat is a bit different because of the roof is really such a unique shape. You know, I can already tell I'm drawing that way too big.
The roof also has that slanty thing.
Oh yeah. So if I'm using the roof as I'm just going to start calling it my anchor point. I don't know what the official term is, but that's what I'm going to be calling it today. So I really want that left side all the way down as we're going in and out.
Oh, Drea's heading out. Goodbye, Drea. Thanks.
Bye, Drea.
It was good to see you. We'll see you next week then, too. Dustifer says, for real, half the battle is just being confident and having the grit to power through.
Mm-hmm.
Light Lolliot's here. Hello, Light Lolliot.
Hello, hello.
Felix, our cats are so much more lively now that the sun is out more and they can finally roam around all day. Also, we finished building our greenhouse and it's 30 Celsius in there, so the cats love sneaking in and baking in there.
Who was that, Oscar?
Felix.
Felix?
Yeah.
Felix, you have a greenhouse? That's amazing.
That's our dream right now.
Yeah, I love that.
We have one that connects to the house, but even if it's one that's kind of just off, it'd be nice. Because we can start our seed starters earlier, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is definitely bigger than I was intending.
Cemented Ron says, when are you going to do the character subject picking by chat?
Wait, say that again?
The character subject picking by chat, where everyone kind of gives an idea and you build the drawing. I guess kind of like Collector, how you did that.
Oh, I guess we could do it next week.
Those are really fun streams when we do that.
Yeah, why don't we plan for it next week then? I'll do one of those. Because then we can keep balancing more of these like tutorial kind of based ones. I mean, this one's not as much of a tutorial as like a study stream together.
Growing together.
But I guess we'll try to pace a bunch of different styles of streams around each other. So like next week we'll do kind of we create something together. Oh boy, I gotta really get moving.
Greenhouse would be so fun. Actually, the cats would love a greenhouse too in wintertime. Mushy says, for that last one, I made this one smaller, so I think it turned out a little better than the last ones.
I know, and I knew I was gonna draw this one too big as I started going.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, to me.
So yeah, drawing smaller will definitely help with studies like this because you're not doing as much scale work.
Also, could you scooch the note? Can you push this?
Oh yeah.
There, yeah, that's perfect.
Good call. Good call.
Let's see here. Oscar says, by the way, I never really feel like my drawings are finished. I think it has to do with me not knowing how to render, but also maybe just things feeling unclean and no value hierarchy. Any tip?
I definitely know when I am getting near the end of a drawing, I have an issue, and I've done this more in the past, where I over render. So I might have the opposite problem that you have, where maybe you feel you under render, but I over render, and both can be a problem. So I would say if you're trying to figure out when a piece feels complete, I really do believe it's that gut intuition that you have. I'll sometimes walk away from a piece when I know it's like 95% done, and I'll come back to it with fresh eyes and really try to analyze, would adding to this is kind of a phallic chimney, would adding to this actually add more to the piece, or am I at the point where I'm actually taking away the composition, or adding more value might kind of destroy the composition that I've already built. So I would say definitely go with your gut on when you feel like something's finished. And then sometimes, honestly, just asking other people what they feel about it. I have a pretty good group of an inner circle of friends that we often do critique each other and give each other advice on stuff. Because sometimes just having an outside opinion can really help you maybe even see something that you're missing, or you just cannot see. So I would definitely recommend that.
All right, 5 minutes left.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
The timer does the talking.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
You did go really big on this one.
You know what's funny is I even restarted, and then somehow I still ended up making it too big.
You couldn't help yourself. It's a cute little house, though.
It is a cute little house. Oh, this one's gonna be way too skinny again too. So I think doing studies like this also helps pull out consistent errors that you're noticing with your pieces. So for me, I'm noticing I am making some areas too slender, or too, like, this is a little too wide. Or maybe this is more in perspective, right? But this is way too thin. And I think when I do studies the next time, I'm going to be more aware of when I'm doing it. And it's probably will be easier when I'm not doing a live stream either. But I'll be able to try to counter it better. Okay, I at least want to give a foundation to this building. Oh, 4 minutes. Okay.
You're good. Don't even look at the timer.
Oof.
Don't even look at the timer.
We got this, guys. We got this.
Light says, oh, the follow along stream, but sadly can't actually follow along. Kind of busy.
Oh, that's totally okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes just chatting is fun too with you guys, even if you're not drawing what we're doing for the exercise.
Felix says the greenhouse was a lot of work doing the foundation, assembling the framework, and handling the glass sheets and all, but it was worth it. I think it's about 14 M2. I'm not sure what that means, but if I ever have enough money, I want to build a really big Victorian observatory style greenhouse. But you basically have to design those from scratch.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, those would be pretty, because those are the ones where it's like more circular shaped, right? If I'm thinking correctly. Ones you can actually like walk through. Because I think if we did one, it probably would just be smaller, enough to just have things in there to grow.
Probably, yeah.
Ella says, and now we know Tim needs to make everything more thick.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly. Something I didn't notice about myself to do environments is I draw them too thick.
Oscar, are those real birds I hear in the background? That's so lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get a lot of birds.
Yeah, the
here.
birds are coming. Actually, we should put out the bird feeder again.
Yeah, it's we can actually.
We got to remember, like, it's been super wintry here
2
for
minutes,
the
by
past,
the way.
like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
the last, like, 5 months. So for us, this is also kind of new for the year, for sure. So yeah, like, hearing the birds again, I'm like, oh, that's right. Because we get a lot of birds in our neighborhood, like, a lot.
We could technically keep the bird food out in winter because the chickadees, but I think they usually are pretty much stocked up from the summer. Oh, Joe Savino's here. Yes, Tim, draw me homes again.
Hey, Joe! How are you doing, sir? Yeah, I'm feeling way better today than I was the other one, because now we're doing studies. This I can definitely do more and not feel as, like, perfectionist about.
All right, we're about to hit 1 minute left. Elena says, "Why is Tim live early?" I'll join in a bit. Almost home. Oh, you know what?
Daylight savings time.
Yeah, because you guys
I'm sorry,
probably
guys.
don't do that. That would be why even for probably Oscar too. It feels earlier.
Yeah, Oscar, you know what that is it? Because we had daylights on, what was it, Saturday?
It was Sunday morning technically. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, for a lot of you guys, this is probably an hour early.
Yeah, because we got bumped an hour ahead here.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about, you know what, this happens to me almost every year too, that I have been doing streams. I always forget that daylight savings times messes it up.
All right, 25 seconds.
No, seriously?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do some quick. Oh.
Like fixing my hair on the camera right now. I'm really excited. I'm gonna get my hair cut really short, and I'm gonna go bleach blonde again. All right, 10 seconds. Here we go. 5,
No.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh, guys, that was terrible.
Good job, everyone. We're giving ourselves
Way
the
too
minute
big.
break.
Way too big.
All right,
moving
so
on. Oh my gosh. Okay, I already know this one's gonna be a challenge.
starting at, is this the first 15 then or no?
No, this is still 10.
10. The next one's 15 then. That's right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think, let me look at the other one again. So I think if I'm analyzing what I'm doing here, I'm definitely making them longer. It probably is because I'm streaming and I have to draw at an angle because the phone is right above the drawing. But I don't want to give myself excuses because I should be able to compensate for that and then try to make it a little more squished. I'm noticing that I tend to make one side, I think, wider than another. I think even here that was an issue. But I am finding more fun with, I'm learning about like the way roofs cut into the kind of more square or the cubicle parts of the building and then having these triangular planes cut right into it. I'm finding that I really like those shapes. So I want to play with more of that whenever I do my own buildings. So there will be things that I'm sure you guys learn that you really enjoy about different buildings, and it's just Frankensteining that into what you want to do for your own stuff. So studies are meant to be applied to your own stuff, but it's not supposed to be like a one-for-one copy. I think sometimes artists have that issue where they're referencing too much and it ends up just looking like a weird copy of the original. So doing these studies, try to pick up while you're doing it, like what was enjoyable for you to draw, what was not enjoyable, and really try to lean into the things that you find enjoyable about the process.
Jamie says, got to go. Good luck, everyone. Thanks for stopping today, Jamie.
Bye, Jamie. Thanks for stopping.
All right. So we are on to the next.
Okay, hold on.
All right, get yourself one up there.
Oh my gosh, this one's going to be a tricky one.
Oh my gosh. Where she says, my dudes, these are so hard. Where are the cube-shaped ones?
Well, this one is probably going to be the hardest because everything's cylindrical. This one will be tricky. So just know going into this one, it's going to be tough for everyone, I think.
All right. 3, 2, and 1.
I might try something different with this. And I think I'm going to try doing a gesture of it first. Because if there's something I'm learning about harder shapes, I think I make things too slim or thick because I don't have a good foundation underneath. And when I'm making lines, so like the line on the left side or the right side of the drawing here, I know that this line kind of cuts a little above this line here. So a lot of how I draw is relationships. So what is the relationship from one shape to another, one line to another? And that's kind of how I do all my drawings, especially when I'm referencing like this. Like especially when I'm referencing like this.
Casper's chasing little
Oh, the rainbows.
rainbows, yeah.
Oh, Casper.
All right, let's do some catch up on comments here, though.
Yeah, actually, if you could do that, because I'm going to try to really focus on the shapes here.
Haley says these streams are the highlight of my Wednesdays.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad Josh and I can help entertain you guys as Wednesdays for a little bit.
Asker says spring is basically arriving this week as well in Sweden, where I live.
It definitely feels like spring, and it was a very quick transition. I felt like 2 weeks ago, it definitely felt like winter. There was even snow on the ground, and then today it's sunny, birds are chirping.
I mean, I'm
way
always
different.
leery, though, until it's in
Same.
May. Not even May, because we've got snow in May before even, too. So once June happens, then that's where I'm like, we're safe now.
I would say May is pretty safe. April is definitely the questionable month, I would say.
True, though, yeah. Felix says you can walk through ours greenhouse, but Victorian greenhouses have even higher tiered ceilings, intricate details everywhere, and so on. Sometimes they even heat it in the winter to house tropical plants.
Oh, that's awesome.
So cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Actually, there was someone that gave a good tip above too. I feel like I maybe scroll past it. Here we go. Yeah, Gabby said, for me personally, it helps a lot to think of each part of the building as 3 separate building blocks, big, medium, and small, and arranging them in a way they complement each other.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's something I definitely should do more. I think on the drawing that I struggled with 4 weeks ago, everything was like medium shaped. Now that I'm thinking about it, after you said that, I was like, yeah, that totally makes sense.
This is another cute one.
This one's difficult. I'm surprised I actually picked this one.
Was this one someone put in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one feels advanced. But you know what? We're getting there, right, guys? We are advanced as well.
Yeah. Anyone that's complaining these are too hard, this was you. You put these
You
photos.
did this. You like
did
this. The Carrie. You like this.
Ella says, well, Tim didn't ask for easy reference photos. Double face emoji.
I think this was Ella's.
Was this an Ella one?
Ella, was this one yours?
Ella likes
Ella
to
did
watch
put a
people
few.
suffer. Yeah, oval shapes, I'm always curious how you can draw those, but how do you draw something oval?
You just draw like a cylinder, essentially. So it's essentially just,
I guess.
then you work off of that. But this is definitely difficult. Okay, I got 6 minutes. I'm going to start, I think, just detailing because I know there's no way I can get all of this.
I just think it's weird that you can it's 2D, but your illusion to see it as something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, especially when I was younger, when you can kind of figure that out, it's kind of magical. That's another reason why I like the witch hat atelier. Yeah, I know I'm pronouncing that wrong every single time. But the way that they use magic is it's drawn. And like the big secret is that anyone can do it, not just witches. And I love that. And I was reading the quote from the author in the back. He was talking about how the whole reason this book even started is because a friend mentioned that when he draws, or when the artist that made the book draws, it's like he's putting magic on paper. So he took that sentence and he made it into this actual foundation to his book on how magic is used.
Wait, this one that we're reading right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, a friend of his said, when you draw, it's kind of like putting magic on paper. And that's
5 minutes, by the way.
Oh, gosh. And that's, so it's in the back of that book is where he mentions
We're talking about this book, by the way. But yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who are just joining in, I kind of fell in love with this I've only read the first book, so I
cute.
shouldn't overhype it yet. But I love it.
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, I normally don't read the manga, but
Yeah, it's Josh's
this
first
one I'm
manga.
really into.
I've read a few, and there's been some really good ones. I'm always amazed that artists can draw that many pictures in one book, and then I know it's distributed and they make a lot of money from the mass sales, but gosh, the idea that it's only $12, it sometimes blows my mind. Because I'm like, oh, this is so much more worth $12.
Casper's going wild right now.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of sun
need
catchers that create these rainbows, and when they spin, they're like little laser beams for the cats to want to chase.
I need like a handheld camera I can turn on once in a while just to
Cat cam.
everything that's going on over there, yeah. Oscar says, finally home by my desk, gonna try to catch up.
Yeah, sorry, Oscar. It
Yeah.
totally was because of daylight savings time.
We maybe could look at changing up. I don't know how we do that yet. We'll figure that out.
Do what?
Changing it to more the one-ish, or we'll just stick with the time I guess we have.
No, yeah, we just have to
Yeah.
stick with it because then eventually everyone will adjust. But I do remember there's always one stream where it's like, oh, why do you start early?
Janisha, we believe in you, Tim. Also, hello, Janisha. Good to see you.
Hey, Janisha.
Yeah, this architecture, home designing with Tim.
It's something, all right.
You are feeling more loose and I feel like you're feeling more loose and, I don't know, more comfortable with it though. Than you
I'm
were
finding...
the last stream at least that we did this.
Oh, that we didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think because I was literally just frankly unskilled at it. And I think as I'm doing this, I'm already seeing what I can get better on and like what can be improved on. And I think that's really important when trying to better yourself and your skills. So yeah, I would say throughout this year, we'll keep doing some of these environment stuff. So if you guys want to keep practicing with me, this will definitely be like at least once a month, we'll do like an environment type stream.
William Anderson says, hi, really fun to see your process. Big fan of yours.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, welcome. The environment streams are a little tougher for me usually, but this one's been a lot of fun so far.
Elena says, okay, I'm home watching it on the TV. Won't enjoy the draw along because I just got home from a long day, but I will watch while I take care of running things. Totally understand.
Yeah, I totally forgot about the daylight thing.
Get yourself settled in, relax. Ella says Ella says we've also read Witch Hat Atelier.
Atelier.
Atelier?
No, atelier.
Atelier?
It's like it's either a French word. Oh my, I'm gonna get called out for this too. But I'm pretty sure it just means academy or like school or something along those lines.
Okay.
But I don't want
the magic system in it.
I don't want to dig a hole further of like I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I'm pretty sure it's atelier.
Atelier. Interesting. I would also highly recommend it to anyone. Honestly, it's worth it only for the art, in my opinion. It's so good.
It's so good.
We do, because I mean, I'm loving this, so I don't know how we're both going to read volume 2 at the bookstore, unless they have 2 of them in stock.
They might have 2.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've been this entranced with like a fantasy story. And knowing that there's 10 books out right now, I'm like giddy thinking about it because I really, really found a love for just the first book already.
All right, 40 seconds.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I missed the 1 minute one, sorry. We were talking, and then I was thinking about the manga again.
Oh.
Because I'm on the last chapter, so like, I cliffhangered myself yesterday, kind of intentionally. All right, 20 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
I apologize. Not that me saying a minute was going to change anything, but...
Yeah, right.
All right. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh boy, guys. One of these things are not like the other.
All right,
I
so
was
now we're
definitely not
switching.
able to get as far as I wanted to with this one. But I actually felt pretty good about doing the underlying shapes first. You know, even though maybe I didn't get as much of the
All right, let me
detail or
pull that one
outline
up.
as much, but I will say I felt like placing down the gestures of the shapes first and kind of creating a foundation that way actually was really nice, because then when I went into like the outlining and slightly detailing part, it felt easier to place things. So this one I felt, looking at the reference to this one, is pretty good with proportions. I think some things are a little enlarged, like this little house on the top, but for the most part, I actually like the proportions on that one. Okay, so I guess we're moving on to the longer ones.
Yes.
Okay, so if you guys need to take a bathroom break, we're gonna just maybe like another 2 minutes.
We'll
We'll say.
do 2 minutes on the clock. All
'Cause
right.
then I think I have to get a new piece of paper as well. I wanted to do these all on the same. Well, maybe I could. What's the next one?
Ooh, this next.
Oh, we got 4 more. That's right.
Yeah. This next one's really cute.
This is not going to fit on the same paper. All right. We're going to get this one out of here. Try and do this with without touching the camera. Sometimes the, what's it called? Perforation isn't super well on the paper.
Oh god, the amount of times I've just ripped by accident.
There we go. Sometimes you really got to bend the paper first. Okay, so these were my first 5. I feel pretty good. I mean, these kind of feel similar to the ones I did that one day on the study, but I feel like I can notice a difference even with the confidence in some of my lines getting a bit stronger. And I think it's just doing more of these will build into that more and more.
Oh, Aris is here. Hey, Aris, it's been a bit.
Who?
Aris.
Oh, hello,
Yeah,
hello.
Good to see you.
Let's see, number 6. Whew. Okay, so some of these are entering a bit harder shapes as well. We're starting with one that definitely has a lot of, they're not only triangular, but they're like a curved triangle, like curved inward. So this one, I'm gonna try being better about not squishing, because the few kind of curved triangles I've had, it like got too skinny, even the one up here. So I'm gonna do my best to try to have that left side be a bit more triangular. And if there's things that you're noticing in your own work that you want to improve on in the next 4, because remember we have 15 minutes each, really try to go for it on these next 4. Okay.
All right. Got
You
15
ready?
minutes on the clock.
Whew. Okay, everyone. This
Here we
one's
go.
a doozy.
All right.
I think in between each of these we'll have like a 2-minute break, so that not only bathroom, but if you want to get water or something, we'll do that.
All right.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We begin.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing I did for the last one, because that seemed to be pretty helpful, and I'm gonna try to carry that into this. So part of also doing studies, you want to pick up what seems to be working for the process and what isn't. So as much as I like going in and just doing one area and anchoring it, I think I'm realizing it might actually be better to give myself a very light underdrawing like this, and then go from there.
Karina. Oh, Karina MP's here.
Hey, Karina.
Hello from Germany, and hope you have a great day. I'm a manga collector actually for decades now.
Hey, well, welcome, welcome.
Would love to go through. Actually, I'm kind of loving reading this right now. I've done comics in the past. I did a lot of the.
I did a lot of X-Men growing up.
Did you? No,
Yeah.
I did Disney ones. So I loved I had a Pluto comic, and then what are oh my gosh,
Was
Donald
not
Duck's
expecting
little nephews or whatever.
Oh, Huey, Dewey, Louie.
Yeah, I read a lot of those. I have some upstairs actually. But yeah, this is my first manga, and I'm actually really liking it.
So I haven't read a bunch, but I read Doro Hey Doro back in the day.
Oh, did you?
And then Blood Lad. There's been just a few that I think the aesthetics really captured me, but this one it's like aesthetics and the story, which I think that's why it's blowing my mind, because I feel like I rarely find that combination in a visual medium like a manga or a book. Night, Casper.
But also, Karina, you're probably not late. It is probably just the time change.
It's the time change.
Ella did say, I'm pretty sure we will change the time next week here, so I think only one more stream will be earlier for us. Okay, so that'll hopefully balance out for most of everyone that comes in then.
And I'll try to make a pretty big reminder on the Discord and stuff of, hey, don't forget it's daylight savings. Just so that a lot of you that want to watch on time don't have to miss the beginning.
Luisa says your drawings look so effortless and so amazing at the same time. I love your style. Oh,
thank you.
Natalia says hello. How is spring going so far for you guys?
It's weird even saying that, but yeah, it's pretty amazing. We're gonna go on a bike ride after this. Wait, hold on. Something's off.
Oh, Casper.
This is off.
Yeah. It actually feels like spring today too, which is nice.
Yeah.
Elena says it's finally looking like it'll be spring soon here. For southern Finland, spring can start anywhere between March and May. Actually, yeah, pretty similar here.
Us, yeah.
Where you actually start feeling it. Gabby says I watched Arcane kind of recently, and I loved how they made both cities feel so distinct from one another. I also love to look at them. They are great sources of inspiration.
Visually, Arcane is amazing. The story I didn't connect with as much, but visually, I will say I thought that was wonderful. I hope more shows kind of pick up that style, and I hope we see it even in like cinema.
Oh yeah, the colors I thought too were really cool in the city they used.
Oh, it's just actually one of our Casper.
He almost destroyed the
old drawing.
The old drawing.
Casper. He doesn't know what to do with these rainbows. Casper, this isn't the first time you've seen the rainbows. Why is it like today?
Casper. Literally, carpet's all a mess right now.
Is it really?
Oh my gosh. How he pushed that thing all apart.
Casper.
Crazy. Elena says, I feel like I haven't walked in anything but ice since December, so absolutely cannot wait for the snow to melt. So last winter, I had a really bad fall. Where Tim, I was rolling the garbage bins back up our driveway, and I slipped on ice, and for some reason when I slipped, I went down head first. So the first thing that hit the ground was my head on the concrete. This could have been a really bad fall.
Could have been.
But thankfully, like, it hit right here in my eye, so I literally got a black eye from it. Tim apparently saw it happen.
I was in the kitchen washing dishes, and then like literally in front of the window out the kitchen, I see Josh like fall face first, and it's almost like a comedic fall because it's so cartoonish and like straight down.
It was so fast. I didn't even know what was happening until I was like on the ground. It was that fast.
I mean, as soon as I saw that you were okay, I couldn't stop laughing though.
Yeah, Tim,
it was so funny to watch.
I felt like a kid though, because my 9 minutes 45 seconds. I missed the 10 minutes. I felt like a kid though, because my first reaction was I cried and I ran to Tim really quick, and I think it was just more because I really thought I messed something up. Because my nose, I could feel my nose hurt too, so I thought I broke my nose.
That was your first mistake, thinking that I would be like pitying you.
I don't know. That was my reaction though. I just need it. I don't want to look in a mirror because I actually thought I destroyed something. I was like, oh no.
Meanwhile, Josh comes in and I'm like laughing. I was like, ow.
It hurts.
Oh, so funny. I mean, I did make sure like you were okay, because you got up on your own. You weren't like broken mouth. You weren't bleeding everywhere. But it was a pretty funny fall.
Yes. Elena, I understand, because anytime, if there's even a smidge of ice out now, I will literally like baby step.
Yeah, now you're super careful.
Yeah. The Kent says that one was tricky. Oh, probably the last drawing. That was tricky. That was
super tough. Casper, what do you need?
Oh.
Can you guys hear him? Casper?
Casper gets his eyes get big too. Like, I know that's what cats do, but I don't think I've seen a cat that his get really big.
Okay, I think I'm going to start going into more of the outlining now.
Luna says these are really stretching my artist muscles.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. You guys getting that workout today? We're basically running a fitness workshop, but instead of working out our bodies, we're working out our environment skills.
It's a boot camp.
This is a boot camp.
Yeah.
Actually, I know there's no smoke coming out of it in the picture, but I just want a little smoke coming out.
Yeah, it's a coziness to it. Actually, the piano thing I use too for my lessons, they do boot camps too for that even.
Do they really?
Or just like, yeah, these time things where you just keep going.
Well, I think it's an easier way for people to understand like leveling up a skill because it's hard to see it when it's not objective based. So fitness, you can objectively see what you need to do and how to work it out, and objectively you can see the results a little easier than you can with like piano. Well, I guess you can see the results in listening to it.
Yeah, but still it's...
But I think going through it, I think it's an easier way to think about it by calling it something that is a little more universal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. You know what I'm
This one's
also
really cute,
realizing I
though.
like? All these little details and little poles with these strings hanging out. I really like those. So something else I'm noticing about environments that I personally like to pick up on.
This house gives me summer camp vibes, like the cafeteria building.
Summer Camp Island?
No, just summer camp in general.
Oh, what?
Yeah, at least
What
for me,
summer camp did you go to?
the summer camp I went to had like more the tent kind of roof style like that.
Is this where like Hogwarts kids go to for summer camp?
Okay, it didn't look this grand, and it was like smaller, but it had like the tent roof.
This is such a fantasy looking house to me.
The summer camp I went to had the cafeteria
Seriously?
building had like the tent roof like that. Yeah, and it was like wood.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was really cozy. It was a vaulted ceiling. It was a really cool summer camp building. I mean, this could be me as a kid remembering it, where like everything felt
True.
bigger, but
You know what? Keep it that way, though.
yeah,
This was the place you went to.
exactly. Ours says saw the first bumblebee of the year, and the squirrels are running around the tree blossoms. So definitely starting to see spring up in Germany. Oh,
I have a weird fascination with bumblebees. I love them. I've even convinced Josh to let me get a hive in the backyard.
I think they're really cute. And bumbles, they're not mean.
No. Well,
Yeah.
even the thing about like wasps and hornets, as long as for the most part you're not bothering them, they won't bother you.
That's
know?
how I've never been stung. The only time I got stung was when I stepped on a nest once, and that really hurt.
Yeah.
My foot was messed up for a bit after that.
Well, the only time I got stung was I like high-fived a bee
Oh, yeah.
as a kid, which was really dumb. But like that was my fault, and I take responsibility. I don't blame the bee.
I mean, there was one of my friends was drinking out of a soda can with a straw and swallowed a bee, and it stung him in his mouth. And then he had an allergic reaction. I remember this as a kid because his mom, I had to be at their house alone for a second. I mean, she called my mom right away. So I was at his house alone for just like 5 minutes between when his mom left and my mom showed up.
Did you steal some money?
Yes.
You were such a rowdy kid.
Yeah. Well. But yeah, no. I just remember that was traumatizing. He was like screaming, crying.
I mean,
his mouth was
yeah.
like, lips were puffing up.
That sounds terrible. Casper,
But
I
I would
can't
definitely take
entertain you
some-
right now.
Yeah, Casper.
I'll take you out after the stream.
I was like, I could grab the laser pointer right now, but I think he'd be overloaded with that.
Yeah,
along with
I love Casper, but he definitely is like one of those hyperactive cats who he wants to play all day, every day. And then our older cat, Astrid, is the opposite, where she would rather not play all day. So him and Casper are kind of an interesting mix. They're more buddies now than they used to be, for sure.
4 minutes left.
But I
4
think
minutes
we're...
left.
Oh my gosh, no. But I think we're going to get a third cat this summer, possibly, to kind of give a playmate for Casper, and then hopefully Astrid will be left more alone then. Oops.
I'm so excited.
I mean, this is still a maybe, because we
We're
do like
talking
the
about it.
dynamic between the cats right now. It seems to be somewhat okay.
I think as Casper gets a little older too, it's gonna get even better. He still has kitten energy, and I think he's gonna grow out of that. But Sometimes Astrid, I think, just gets really annoyed with him because she's like,
Yeah.
please, I just want to be left alone. Astrid's total cat mode now, where she sleeps most of the day and then hangs out for a bit around us. But for the most time, she sleeps in the back room we have on like the top of the cat tower.
Mm-hmm.
So she's around us, but she's just snapping. Elena says, for me, the beginning of spring is definitely the birds coming back. I love having the birds out again. Some people are, whenever our neighbor got annoyed by the sound of, we had a nest of, I think, robins or
right.
something. But I'm like, I actually like that. I like waking up to that sound even too. It's such a, I don't know.
Well, okay, so there's a
Built-in
little bit more of
alarm
a
clock.
story behind this. So we have this big bush in the front yard, and we don't have it anymore. We cut it down, but our neighbor didn't like that there was a bird nest in this bush. So we didn't know, but the bird noises stopped. And then when we went to go take it down, because we got the house repainted on the outside, so we had to take down this bush. He put a fake owl in the bush. Now imagine my surprise when I'm going in to cut the branches and I see this owl, what I think is an owl, staring back at me.
That
It
was
kind of
so
scared the
scary.
hell out of me.
No, because you called me over too, and I wasn't sure. I was like, it could be a live owl. 2 minutes left.
Well, low key, like once I kind of figured it was fake, I was like, I'm gonna totally prank Josh.
No, that scared me.
That scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Wait, how many minutes? Oh my god!
Yeah, 2 minutes.
I haven't even started on the left right side of this.
Oh my god, you had 15 minutes.
What a waste.
You threw it away.
Threw it away. I was too greedy with my time. Just threw it away, just squandered it.
I think you're having fun with these though, which is a good
Oh,
thing.
I'm having so much fun
Yeah.
today. Oh, I like that this one window is open. I didn't draw it too well, but
I do like that tower too. I always feel like towers are very impractical, but they're really cool to look at.
you know what? Now that you say that, you're kind of right.
Yeah. It's a waste kind of space.
But visually, it's
Yeah,
all about
but,
the
like,
aesthetics.
Yeah, the aesthetic of it.
Because like if we could get a tower on this house, I would get it, but it's not like we would do anything in it.
1 minute left.
Oh,
I want to do like the
gosh.
Weasley's house from Harry Potter. Build a house on top of the house and just keep building.
Oh, that reminds me of Edith Finch.
Actually, yeah, same, yeah. All right, I'm gonna catch up on some of these comments in between as well. Casper, hi, honey. I know you want to. We'll play after the stream, okay?
We'll go outside, Gasper.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
You can. It's gonna be okay.
He's like, but I need to go right now. It's sunny out there. Do you not see it?
Oh my gosh, Casper.
He's like freaking out for no reason.
All right, 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
I just love seeing the time because I get a reaction every time. 20 seconds.
Ah,
19.
no. I think I actually enjoyed this one, but I do think I was lingering a little bit too long in some areas. That's okay. Oh my god.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Gorgeous job, everyone. I'll give you 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Charm.
I know.
Hands down.
I know. Hold on. I just want to finish at least these memes.
Disobedience.
I know,
to
I'm
the
totally
timer.
cheating.
No respect.
Whew. Okay, I'll cut it there. Oh my gosh. Actually, could you get me water?
Oh yeah. Actually, I'll do.
Thank you. Or actually, here, I'll go get it if you wanna.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
Casper.
I was gonna get up though too. I kind of want chocolate milk, so I'm gonna get some in a second. Kind of getting chocolate milk vibes right now. Elena, since I'm too tired to draw, I'm spending a bit of time picking what dice I'll use for D&D tomorrow. I have way too many dice, so I pick a palette for sessions. Who else? We have a friend that collects dice. Does Tyler collect dice?
I don't know actually. Maybe.
I think it's really cool. There's this Etsy shop I found too. She makes dice, and they looked really cool.
Actually, if you give me a question before you get your milk.
Oh my goodness.
He also likes to be held like a baby, which can be a problem though, because sometimes I'll want to draw and he just will like get in my lap, and I'm like, all right, fine.
It's so funny. You can barely see him on the camera.
Oh, because I'm wearing
Wait,
a black
scooch
shirt.
over a little bit. Yeah, he like blends in with your shirt. Here.
So his head's right here.
Where the two eyes are.
Oh. Yeah, go get your milk so
So
we can get this going.
handsome. All right, I'll grab the chocolate milk. There's the chat too if you just want to
Oh, yes.
read anything there.
Yeah, so that one, I think I lingered a little bit too much on the top left, but I like the shapes that I was making. Although now I'm looking at it on the camera. My tower's kind of leaning like Pisa, but I did like doing the underdrawing first, so I might do that again for the next one. Joe says, if you like, it's like life drawing, man. Get the whole shape first before you commit to... Oops. Bye, Casper. Commit to the page. Nothing worse than falling in love with an area and realizing the proportions are off. Same with these. Yeah, I think that's something... Oops, why is it? There we go.
I just do 2 minutes for in between so we can kind of keep track.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I'm learning that a lot of how to attack buildings is very much the same with characters. And I think that's been kind of a fun little revelation for me, is realizing that you can kind of do them the same way. And I think because I have a much better understanding of drawing characters and environments, being able to apply that same knowledge into environments is actually really useful. So yeah, thank you, Jill. I totally agree with that. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this one. I think this was the one I was looking forward to the least.
Oh, apparently Discord's having issues at the moment, Ella said.
Oh, with what?
I think Discord is having some issues at the moment. I'm not sure if it's worldwide, but I hope it will pass till the showcase of everyone's studies.
Oh, no. Well, we have like
We'll keep
another
an eye.
hour, roughly.
Yeah.
Or like 45 minutes.
All
Okay,
right.
we already get going on the next one?
Let me get the drawing pulled up.
This one's going to be a difficult one.
Oh my god. All right.
Oh,
Starting. Oh, Casper.
Casper, what are you doing?
All right. Starting
All
in
right.
3, 2, and 1. I kind of want to encourage this, so I'm going to spin easily in.
Oh, he's going. He's fine. All right, I think I'm going to go more... Oh, don't do too many, though.
Oh, really?
It's kind of distracting for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just...
I have like a bunch of spinning lights. I'm going to try to do this more shapular. Probably a little smaller, too, than the last one.
Okay. I only moved one and then I stopped it. So this is just the wind right now.
Yeah, sometimes they go a little crazy, which I'm usually fine with, but I think on a stream I'm like, well, I don't want to get people motion sick.
All right, I'm going to catch up on some comments, though. Joe says just like life drawing.
No,
man.
I did that one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Joe, again, for that suggestion.
Rune Wonderland says, I got Aurora's murder song 54321 stuck in my head since you're constantly counting 54321. R says, Casper, it's spring, father. I must frolic.
Kind of.
It's kind of, yeah. I think he's in a very good mood with this weather right now.
Yeah, he is literally bouncing off the walls right now.
Elena says, I felt quite bad while walking my dog almost 2 weeks ago. Still have a bruise on my elbow, but it's almost gone. So
Oh,
yeah, you
no.
have that same thing I do then too. When you're on any form of ice, you're kind of just like, I don't fully trust myself right now.
Oh, these are not good proportions.
Natalia says, have you ever considered starting a podcast?
Yeah, actually. I talked about it with some of my friends. We were going to do like an art roundtable type deal where we would just talk about art, business, that kind of stuff.
Are you talking like podcast, or it'd be like, okay,
So
just audio?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
It was going to be, well, I mean, we'll see. I don't want to say names and then. But yeah, there were a few artists I was talking to. Oh, this is not good proportions, Tim. Come on. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see that eventually.
Ella says Josh is a witch who clearly got his memory erased, and this is all he remembers from his time with magic. Oh, the little summer camp house.
Yeah, because they erase people's memories in Witch Hat Atelier.
Oh.
We
Oh, that's
read
right.
that.
Yeah, no, I know
Yeah.
that. Yeah. John says it looks a lot like a Lord of the Rings house and a Spiderwick line art style. Oh, that last one actually does a lot too, yeah. Oh, I like Spiderwick a lot. I read those books too. I read the books.
Did you really?
I don't remember them, but I know I remember reading those. JM says, "Oh hey, hello JM. I'm glad to see the live stream on time. I appreciate the answers you gave me via email. Best of wishes."
Yeah, absolutely.
Ella says, "I have to go and eat dinner. I'll be back if you're still streaming once I'm done with it."
There is a chance we might, because this one's going to be a longer one. Because not only are the studies a little longer, but then we still have to review everyone's submissions. And it won't be a paint over like some of the other follow-alongs that I've done in the past, because I don't have, like I said before, I don't have a masterful understanding of doing environments. So I'll pull them up and more point out what I think has been working well, but it's not going to be me outright critiquing it and giving like constructive feedback as much as I could. But I'll give what I can.
Lena says, 2 wasps have tried to eat my lips, but not stung. I'm terrified to death of wasps.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. That would give me a little fear of them, too. Iris says, of course, baby Josh stole money. How else does one fund Hogwarts boot camp? Are we 100% sure that wasn't the owl bringing Josh's Hogwarts letter? I mean, what was I going to say?
You forgot.
I forgot what I was going to say. See, the memories are always being erased. I think the spell's just permanently stuck on me. Yeah. All right, I think I'm caught up now. I feel like when I get behind, then I feel bad because I'm like out of context having to catch up. But I always like reading what you guys have to say.
Oh, yeah.
Alina says, I just have really bad balance. Almost convinced there's generally something medically wrong there with how bad it is. See, I felt like I could trust my balance up until that one fall, and now I don't think I trust it fully. All right, but we are hitting the 10-minute mark, Tim.
Oh, God. This one's definitely a struggle. I knew this was going to be the hardest one for me.
There's a lot going on with this one.
Well, and it's super cylindrical and has like a bunch of these big shapes. But I like a good challenge, and this is all about learning.
Kind of reminds me of Crystal Palace, where they used to do the big World Expo thing.
I don't even
is that
know
even
what
a
that
thing
is.
still? Do they still have it built? Oh, I think it was all like... It looked like this.
Oh,
and it was,
okay.
yeah, and it's where they held the World Fair, where they did, like, you know,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
newest inventions. I don't know why it gave me that vibe, now that I'm looking at it. I think it's the archway in the front, is what I thought of.
I can totally tell this one. I know my proportions are a little off. We're going to make it work, though. Oh, this balcony. Everything's at a very strange angle where it's like almost flat, but not quite. So I think that has really thrown me off. So, okay, some things are going to be, I think, a bit off.
I do love a good covered porch like that, though. And especially the wraparound.
Oh, on the right side?
Yeah.
Oh, these gates are only on... Oh, my gosh. You know what? I'm going to skip the gates. I do not feel like doing the gates. Because I only have how much time left? 8 minutes.
Natalie says, I'm looking forward for the podcast.
Well, let's not commit to it.
Memory spell and everyone about the podcast.
Yeah, right. Because I don't want... Because like I mentioned it to a few art friends, and we've been kicking the idea around, but I don't want to say for sure it's happening. But do you think it's something that like we could easily talk about, like my start on cons, where it is now, how to get into cons even? I mean, even you could probably talk on some of that too.
Taxes.
Taxes.
Ugh. Let's see. Felix asked, do you have any art podcasts that you like?
I know one of my friends, Shmandrew Art, runs one called Your Art Friends, and that one's on Spotify for free. Besides that, though, I actually don't know a lot of podcasts.
No, you don't. You're not the biggest podcast person.
Mm-mm. And it's not like because I don't like them. I think it's just I'm not aware of any that I might like. Because I'm sure there probably is a good art one that I would listen to, but unless if you guys have any suggestions.
You like the true crime ones I listen to?
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Yeah. All right. I did get caught up with chat finally too, so I don't feel.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't know why this one's throwing me for a loop.
There's a lot of shapes I feel like going on with this one.
I think because there's a lot of big elements all like competing for attention in my mind.
Do you think because you don't do this type of drawing often, when you're just trying to do a quick sketch, do you feel like you get caught up in details still?
No, I get caught up in proportions.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it is tough for me to do stuff like this when, I mean, I draw so organically with characters and people that having this amount of structure can be a challenge, but a good one and one that I'm willing to face. But I think having a time limit of only 15 minutes, definitely challenging. But it's good though, because then it forces me not to overthink. Because I think when learning, I'm going to draw smoke a little bigger too here. When learning stuff like this, you gotta be quicker because you'll just waste a lot of time dawdling then. And when you're learning especially, you really kind of want to move quicker.
All right, we're hitting 5 minutes.
Oh boy, okay. I want to at least try to attempt this arch. I already know it's too squished. I don't know why I keep squishing in my proportions, but that's okay.
Wishy says Peter Draws has some podcasts. Haley says you talking about your experience with the business and philosophical side of art is my favorite. If you did do a podcast, I wouldn't miss a single episode.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I guess even if my friends didn't maybe necessarily want to, I could just easily create my own podcast because I could easily probably talk while I'm drawing and then just edit it together in like a podcast format.
Oh, yeah.
They probably wouldn't be super long episodes, like maybe like 10 minutes each. But I think I wouldn't want to overbloat it with information either. So yeah, maybe. You know what? I'll give it a very possible maybe.
You do have a lot of good information.
Well, thank you, Josh.
Iris says, actually, I take it back. Schwa, please share your true crime ones.
Yes.
So the one right now...
Crime Junkies.
Is Crime Junkies, yeah. I used to listen to one where they read creepypastas, which I don't know the name of it, but it was really cool. I don't do a lot anymore, I think because I'm on my computer more often, so I just watch YouTube, but...
When we were on the road more, I think.
Oh yeah, Serial Killers was the other one too. That was interesting. But yeah, right now just Crime Junkie for the most part. If I do a podcast, I mean Tim likes them too. They're kind of like, they almost feel like a 2020 special or something because it's just a quick rundown of it. But they're really cool because they actually have, through the podcast, they've been able to solve some cold cases and stuff too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They, because they bring to light a lot of cases that went cold. So then it usually has either like the police departments look into the case, or there's other, like services that will start investigating cases for people. So they were able to solve some things that went cold, or someone was missing and they never figured out how. They put some people in prison.
Dang.
Right? All right. This is such a cute little home, though.
I found out it's like a witch. See I can't read what it says. Witch
pie? Wait, witch?
Style.
Oh, it's like a clothing store
It's
for
a
witches.
clothing store for witches.
A little boutique.
I didn't even notice that until I read the sign.
Kind of wish. Clearly, I'm thinking about pie right now. A little witch bakery, though, would be kind of cute. 2 minutes.
Oh my god. Yeah, this one I definitely think was the hardest for me so far. Yeah, weird that I have that habit of elongating everything. Something I did not notice about myself. I wonder if I do that with characters too.
I would think you know more what you're doing with that. It's probably just these aren't what you're used to doing. Almost looks like a witch broom landing spot on the one roof.
Oh, probably, actually.
where
Yeah,
they can,
you're
like,
right.
Land their broom.
Well, these are the type of buildings that have so much character and story just in the way that they're designed. Because you were right. I think that is a witch landing area.
Also, we have 1 minute left.
Oh, God. This one was definitely a challenge for me. Like even this, what is this shape on this right side of the building? What a weird enclave, and it's like pushed out a couple different slants.
Oh yeah, actually I didn't see that.
You see that?
That
That's really
shape
weird.
thing was in front of it. I mean, it's kind of fun because with buildings, you can kind of do whatever you want with it.
Well,
in a way.
In a way.
Yeah. But even that, like, there probably really isn't like a purpose to it, but it just aesthetically does look really cool, though.
I mean, I'm sure this artist used a lot of references of building structures that are a little more unusual.
Oh, okay. It's time.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, I'm missing the entire bottom half of the building, but I can openly admit that that one was a bit difficult.
Oh, a vegan witch themed bakery, I'd be a regular there. That'd be so fun.
Here, I'll at least give somewhat of a platform.
I was thinking of the apple pie though from Snow White though, so I feel like or apples from Snow White. They're like, stay away from apples if you go into one of those. You don't know what kind of witches you're dealing with.
True, right? Pull a little door. Woof. Okay, that one was pretty difficult. I definitely felt a lot of fun with the tower up here. I'm finding that cylindrical and boxy shapes I find to be more in my wheelhouse than I do with these like weird curved triangles and like horseshoe shapes like this. But all is a good challenge. Oh my gosh. Okay, 2 more, guys. 2 more. Whew.
Ooh. I'm going to get this next one pulled up for everyone.
This one's about length, but this one I feel has a little simpler shapes. They're just slightly exaggerated. So we'll see how this one goes. Also, I legit hate that this tower is just like slightly lopsided. So I'm kind of cheating again really quick.
Doge Guy says hello. Hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome to this live stream.
Wishy, my neck is killing me. Y'all are doing really good. Good job sticking with these, even if your neck's killing you. You must do it. Tim tends to draw like this sometimes when I watch you.
Yeah,
it looks so painful.
I'm usually on the couch. I'll use my knees to prop up the drawing pad. So I'm usually not as hunched over. Like streams are always a little weird for me because I leave the stream like, oof, like you can feel it in your back.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You guys ready? There's only 2 left, so let's knock it out of the park here.
Alrighty.
What we got here? So that one, we'll do this one here, and the last one here. All right.
How does the Aurora song go again? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well,
It's just counted in, right? For the murder song.
I think of. Oh my gosh, what's the 5, 4. Earth be da 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 da. What's that song called? I know it's a different
know.
song. It's
I have a Fits in the Tantrum song in my head. They do a countdown thing, but I don't know that one right now.
I can't even think of the singer of this. Anyways, all right, let's get going.
All right. 5, 4, 3,
See, now I can't
2,
unhear it.
1.
All right, so this one I'm going to do a little different too. I'm going to do drawing one shape at a time. Actually, I'm going to do a little smaller.
Oh, this one definitely gives me like an Elden Ring vibe.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's the stacked because the cities are always like levels that you maneuver through. Ken says this one was difficult again, wasn't able to finish it 100%. That last one was very intensive.
I'd be very impressed if anyone was able to fully get a good outline on that one.
Kern MP says Major Tom is the song.
Thank you! Shiny Toy Guns, that's it. That is it.
Who sings it?
Shiny Toy Guns. This is like high school 101.
Oh my god, Shiny
Toy.
Toy.
Right? Do you remember that? Earth me now.
Shiny Toy, they do the one that can we get away, far away.
No, that might be a church song.
Oh my god, no, that was not a church song.
I mean, probably, yeah. I forgot what their biggest hit song was.
It is Rocket Ship. That's what I'm thinking of by them.
Oh, the Monday song.
Major Tom is the song. It is German, actually. Wait, what?
Oh.
Wait, but Shiny Toy Guns does. Hang on.
It might have been like they referenced it. Because I know Major Tom was also like a Bowie reference.
Yeah. Standing there alone, the ship's waiting. All systems go. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
That song's gonna be in my head now for a while. What's their big song? I can't think of their... What was their big hit? It was something with Monday. I mean, considering you have the Google machine in front of you.
Hang on. Well, you know, we shouldn't rely on just Google.
Oh my
The
God.
Kenshas, unfortunately... I use Google for everything. Kenshas, unfortunately, I have to leave now. Dinner time. Is there a date for the next live stream? Yes. The same time next week, Wednesday.
Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central Time, but that's after the daylight savings thing, too.
I'll definitely, depending where you're at, just do a double check on the time zones.
Mm-hmm.
But next week, we might be doing, what we were saying, the idea one. So everyone in chat kind of gives an idea, and then Tim starts building a drawing off of those ideas.
We'll Frankenstein something together.
Yeah. And then as always, to the Discord, you can always post what you've drawn on there. And then usually during streams too, everyone shares what they drew during the stream. So for this one, for example, we'll probably get a lot of these buildings. But
yeah, this is more of a follow along, like a strict 1-to-1. Here's what we're drawing today, and I'll give a little critique at the end. And normally it will be a subject matter I can give more of a paint over critique, but this one I think will just be more viewing them and then kind of pointing out what we think worked well, what could be worked on further.
Felix, was I convinced it was the German song you were singing? I'm almost curious if the Shiny Toy Guns did a like English translation of the German Major Tom.
I mean, probably.
I feel like they did, because the other one looks similar content.
So for any of you that are drawing this one with me right now, remember to try to have fun with this one, because there's a lot of shapes, and to capture this all in 15 minutes will be really tough. So maybe on this one, specifically try to find some areas that you really enjoy. Still give a good outline as much as you can to the whole thing, but I definitely want to focus more on the left side and kind of have it fade in detail out, and that's kind of the plan I'm going for.
Yeah, thanks for joining the Kench. Enjoy your dinner. Luisa, now I can get the song out of my head.
Right? That's what I'm feeling right now too.
Elena's hopping in the shower, but going to be back for the showcase. We'll see you soon, Elena. Karina says, how are the other art projects coming along? 10 minutes, by the way.
So the card deck I have, the next card, I'm doing the Queen of Spades, kind of ready to go. And the Queen of Swords for my tarot deck, I just started this week. I've been in this weird period after coming back from California where I'm learning how to utilize social media more. So a lot of my time and effort that originally went to my daily studies or my daily hours into these projects has been really condensed into trying to finish one main drawing a week. And it's been an interesting experiment. Twitter actually has done really well for me, except for this last week. They were all kind of duds. But what I'm learning with Twitter is a little bit of a gamble and it's a little bit of timing. But one of the big things that I've learned, and I've already asked Devin because Devin was the one that taught me a lot of these secrets about Twitter. Not even secrets, just like how to use it and not be terrible at it, was don't use hashtags. And in the 9 years that I've had Twitter, or like 8 years, I garnered about 9,000 followers. And then in the week that I returned from California, that week alone, I gained 3,000 from using her techniques. And that to me was astonishing, like literally jaw to the floor, astonishing, because social media has been such a struggle and Josh has seen me go through it, especially last year. Mm-hmm. It was tough. And so like Instagram specifically, it was hard not for me to get down on myself considering a lot of social media directly ties to like our financial stability. So if social media is not doing well, there's a good chance that we might not be doing well. But oh my god, this roof at the top. What is that?
Oh, the weird slanty one?
Yeah, it like connects to it's like it's this roof, but it's also this roof, and then it connects into this one.
Again, those are literally where leaks happen.
So yeah, I will say I was talking to Josh. We were in the hot tub last night, and I was talking to him about how I'm gonna get back on a schedule, but I think I needed to take a break just to experiment with some of these Instagram and Twitter philosophies that I've been learning about. So yeah, that's where my time has been mostly spent. But like I said, I'm getting back on the projects. I don't think I'm going to kickstart the mermaid card deck in May. I might wait till July. Just because we're signing up for a few more cons now, so we'll see.
Ella, I feel like I might be too young to know this song. You're fine, Ella.
This is definitely like a millennial song.
I mean, because I went to a very, very, like, Christian school, and then I was homeschooled for high school, so I missed out on a lot of 2000 songs. Sometimes Tim talks about something, and he'll be like, how do you not know this song? Like, I had no idea. Felix Shiny Toy Guns was founded in 2005, and Major Tom by Peter Schilling is from 1982.
Yeah, I was going to say, it has to be a cover.
They must have done a cover, yeah.
Isn't that like the other song that got really popular? But, oh no, I'm thinking of, what's the... 99 Red Love Balloons.
Oh yeah, that was another cover one that... The cover became more popular than the original.
No. This is like one of those weird instances where the German version became popular in America.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, I know it was before our time, but...
Is that French, though?
I'm pretty sure it's German. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're right. It's German.
Another song that will be hard to get out of my head now.
Gosh darn it. Do you both know your MBTI type? I don't know what that is.
Is that like your personality test? This is Onyx.
Oh, the Myers-Briggs. Oh yeah. Wait, is that the like where you're?
I feel like
I
you
know
remember mine.
I'm INFJ.
Was I ENFJ or
Yeah, ours
ENFP?
was like the yeah. You were ENFP, I
I'd have to
think.
retake it. It's been so long. I actually don't remember what I was.
From what I remember, I thought it was IN. Mine was INFJ. I remember. If that's the one you're talking about, I know there's like different tests out now too. Because I think when our friend Onyx was over, it was the Enneagram. So that was like the
Oh,
nine, I
what
think
number
nine
are you?
types or 12. I think it's nine. Yeah, 99 Luftballons by Nina. Yes, it's German.
Red love balloon. I like that song. I would say I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to like pop music from the 80s. I would say I like most of it. I'd be hard pressed to find a bunch that like I just don't enjoy. I like the synth. I like the experimentation that that era had. It was great.
Karina, I am an INFJ. Oh, a fellow little INFJ. Yeah, I don't remember. I remember doing the test. Because I remember actually the one I did, I had to pay for it. Because it was like through their website.
You had to pay for a test?
I did, yeah. Because I did the like official one.
Dang.
Yeah. Rune Wonderland, I love how my comment started a conversation on music here. Right, you
I
started
mean,
this.
that's kind of the beauty of these conversations. There's not like a real structured of like what we want to talk about during the streams. So yeah, whatever you guys want to talk about.
Oh my gosh, Janisha's an INFJ too. Look at all these INFJs coming out right now.
You should just make a podcast and call it INFJs.
Right. Well, it's funny because I think people watching streams are probably more on the introverted side. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that would make sense.
I already got one. We have Elena's. I think I'm an ENFJ or a T. Unsure exactly.
I'm pretty sure that's what I am.
Okay, L is an ENFP. All right, so we got some extroverts here. Well, I think I always had a misconception about extroverts too, but I've learned you still want your alone time still too, and you actually like enjoy that. Because even for Tim, even though you're extrovert, you still actually love alone time.
God, this feels like such a cliche answer, but I really do feel like I'm somewhere in the middle where when I'm around people, I really do enjoy it, but when I'm alone, I really enjoy that as well. And I can't have too much of one for too long. So if I feel I'm alone for too long, then I'll like want to invite people over. I'll want some interaction. But then when we have a lot of interaction, I'll want them at some point to like leave so I can just be myself. I mean, you've even seen it when we have parties and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'll be like 100% there at the party, but then like the day after everyone leaves, I'm a little exhausted. And then I'm totally good for like a month. Like I don't really need to have a huge social interaction again. But when it does happen, I love it. And like, I don't know, maybe that is part of being introvert is just not having people all the time. But when you do, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
But isn't introvert the whole idea that it drains you? And then extrovert is like it gives you energy?
I mean, that's why to me introvert extrovert's so confusing because I think everyone's kind of a mix of both, to be honest. But I do think overall introverts tend to get wore out quicker from interaction.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I think extroverts, you do find like energy or excitement from interactions. Where I think introverts do find a little bit of like an exhaustion from it. But we are
that makes sense.
1 minute.
Oh my, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was having so much fun with the conversation that I wasn't able to.
All right, I'll do the talking for this last minute.
No, I blame myself.
Oh my gosh, Tim.
It was my fault.
I just remember that Tokyo. Elena says I just remember the Tokyo Hotel was crazy popular in Finland.
Tokyo Hotel.
When I was in middle school.
My best friend Kat loved Tokyo Hotel.
Okay, there is a song I think I know by them.
They were like this huge kind of emo goth band, if you want to call them that.
It's really sad because when I search Tokyo Hotel, I literally get
a Tokyo Hotel.
Tokyo Hotel's like a book.
I mean, honestly, probably what should be is searchable.
It's practical, but still. Oh, wait. They spell it differently than... Oops, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Spelling it wrong. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
I'm going to at least finish this little hut.
Charm, pencils down.
I know, I'm cheating every time. Loki, I feel like I did that in life drawing too, where it'd be like just a couple seconds after. You know what this reminds me of? Did any of you, this is kind of also a flashback of Millennial. Do you remember the grape fall video?
The grape fall?
Grape. It's like the two women smashing
Oh,
grapes.
the ow, ow,
Yeah.
ow. Yeah.
And where she cheats. She falls because she does like an extra few seconds of smashing afterwards. Do you remember this?
Yes. Yeah, and then she falls off the bucket.
That's what this feels like right now, where I'm like, just give me a few extra seconds.
Yeah, Tim.
Then I fall out of the bucket.
You fall. Ow, ow, ow.
Okay, so this was number 8. We got one more.
Ooh, this one. Look at that one rainbow. Oh, sorry.
As you say that.
It didn't want to be noticed. He just wanted to be there.
Okay, I mean, these are definitely a little more tricky, but these are good. These have been consistently challenging me for different reasons. And I think this is what you need, because you can't grow without some growing pains.
That's your podcast episode.
Growing pains.
It's a 10-second thing. You can't grow without some growing pains.
Every episode is just 10 seconds.
This is Vonnart Podcast, brought to you by...
I'll just call them Tim Tips.
A Tim Tips podcast.
Tim Tips.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but no one knows who Tim is, and I go by Timothy anyway, so it's more confusing.
Timothy Tips.
Okay, this one I am actually looking forward to. This is the one I think I wanted to do the most, so hopefully I didn't hype myself up just now. It's like the worst one I do. Okay, so
it's cute. I like the colors in this one too. It's very autumny looking.
Oh yeah, visually it's like that muted palette. It's great.
All right, final round.
Last one.
Clash, pencils at the ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Gorgeous. There we go.
I'm gonna use this bell shape as my anchor, I think, on this one.
Lisa says, I feel like an introvert-extrovert couple is the best. It has its challenges, but I think it's helped us both kind of like grow in ways too. It's helped me become more interactive, because I think before I met him, I tended to be more of a to myself person. I'd have my couple of friends over like once a week, where Tim definitely likes to have people over more frequently.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, I think, a good thing for me though, because it got me out of my comfort zone of, I don't know, being more sociable than I usually am. Because for me, it was like go to work, talk with my coworkers, get home, and then I'm like done for the night.
Yeah.
And I would always do like phone calls and like that was my time too. My drive home was my time. I'd call family, kind of get that out of the way, so that when I got home, I'm done. Like for good then.
Kind of get it out of the way.
Yeah. Plus, Tim has a really big family too, so that keeps me social, because there's always something that the family's up to.
Yeah, it's weird. Usually, like the winter months, there's not a lot, but then once summer comes around, it's a lot.
Oh, Elena thought I lost my glove on the way to therapy, but my therapist found it. We'll get it back. Phew. Luna, well, there is such a thing as an ambivert, which is both.
I definitely feel that then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd definitely say you're kind of a good mixture. But there are all these too. That's why it's like, even though I'm introvert, we can have like, Amki, we had 15 people over at our house for a week. And I don't know. I actually had a lot of fun. So I don't know. I think afterwards, I definitely needed like a couple days.
I definitely think you're an introvert through and through, though.
After that week, though, yeah, I needed like 2 or 3 days where I was just like, I want to just do nothing. I'll work, like I'll do work stuff, but when I'm done doing work, I just want to sit alone, either play a video game, read, or snuggle Astrid. Like, nothing more. Ella, did Professor Schwa, did Tim pass? Um, barely, but
Few.
pretty close. No, actually, I'm really excited to see you doing these.
It's different.
Because anyone that was there for that one stream,
I'll zoom in a little.
you could tell Tim was not feeling it at all.
Oh no, I was so frustrated with that one.
But the one thing I do love is that you will always, if something is frustrating you, you usually try to figure out why it is and then try to fix it.
Well, this goes back to the idea of like being a problem solver. It's like I realized doing environments freehand was a problem, and the way to fix it. And I watched some YouTube videos on like what you can do, and a lot of them just suggested just drawing a lot of these studies. So that is what I'm doing.
Here we are.
But if any of you are kind of struggling in your art career with that kind of stuff, I really do believe it is the mindset more than the technical, kind of like what we mentioned earlier. So if you're struggling with a specific area, if it's characters, do some life drawing. You know, get yourself in a position where you can level up those skills.
Also, it's really cute that you like smoke coming out of chimneys.
Oh yeah, I mean that's such a oh yeah don't you know
Oh yeah.
don't you know that's such a fantasy, I think, like staple. You know what I think of though a lot, the beginning of Hocus Pocus, when you see the smoke come out of their chimney for the first time, and it's like this weird purple, and the rest of the color palette in the composition is like very brown autumny, and it has that vintage feel to it because it's filmed in like real film and stuff.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Hocus Pocus.
Oh, Hocus Pocus. Okay.
So the very beginning, when after the witches steal the sister and they go back to the house, when you see the cottage for the first time, to me that will forever be burned into my mind because I think it's so pretty, and the colors that they used were so great. But the smoke coming out of the stack was purple, but it felt like a lavender realistic purple. It wasn't like this new age cheesy purple that is like digitally added. It felt great and it felt magical, but still like rooted. So anyways, when I think of adding smoke, I for whatever reason I'll think of that,
The purple smoke.
the purple smoke, and to try to get that same feeling. That's why my smoke always feels a little more like floofy, more fantastical, bubbly. Yeah.
That's another good song, "Bubbly" by Colby Calvert.
Oh no, I'm actually not a fan of that song.
You know, like,
There are some songs that I think people would think I like, but I can't. Oh, especially Fireflies.
oh my god, yeah, that song really takes you off.
I don't know why. I can't even logically explain
Oh
it.
my god,
But
I remember sitting in my bed with my headphones on, just like jamming out to Fireflies before bed.
Ugh. I have like a physical reaction to that song.
I loved that song. I went to 3 Owl City
Fireflies.
concerts.
I have nothing against them. I just
Literally, teenage me was at an Owl City concert crying during Fireflies. There's a
honestly
part where we cut
sounds
out
about right.
Tim, shut up. There's a part where we cut the music off, and like we're all sitting with our phones. I like to make myself, and I'm like, my like makeup stuff. I put makeup on. I'm like, oh my god.
Maybe it's because I would be one of those kids in high school making fun of the demographic that song is meant for.
Tim, we already agreed Tim probably would have bullied me and if we went to the same high
I
school.
would not have bullied you. I would have given you light josting.
Gentle bullying.
Because you got to remember, I
Oh
was
my
also
God.
the art kid in high school. I wasn't bullied. My dad thinks I was like, I had a really tough time in high school, but like, it was actually not bad at all.
No, I was definitely a bullied kid.
You
but,
were legit bullied.
But I think yeah. I think I'd have been like the target because Tim's like, well, I'm just the nerdy art kid. I need someone to target. And then like, chwa in your crosshairs.
The only
No,
people I
but-
ever actually like gave crap to was my close friends, and I feel like
That's,
I don't know
yeah.
if that was just like I hate saying that it was like a guy thing, but I do think that was like a guy thing
Oh yeah,
growing
no,
up.
poking fun at friends. I mean, I did that with my friends too. We all poke fun at each other.
It was like, I don't know, a way of getting close. And I think we were at this weird turn back in the day where like bromances and all that wasn't quite a thing. It wasn't a thing until I went to college, and like bromance became this big thing where like you can embrace openly saying to your guy friends like you love them. And that I'm so glad the movement happened, but high school was still that weird era for me, at least in my zone, where you could tell guys their way of like showing affection was by like giving each other crap. It was cute, and I think weirdly I still have some of that, and that's why like my close friends like Sean and Kat, um, we dog each other all the time.
Well, because I think it's like you're able to acknowledge things they probably know about themselves that they're maybe like feel awkward about.
Yeah, and I
But
think
you,
it's a
the fact
reminder.
is you still like love them and you talk to them still.
Well,
I don't know. That's how I've always seen it when you poke fun.
I think it's a reminder not to take yourself so seriously. Don't take life too seriously. And I think having friends that can keep you in line. I think the worst type of friends you can have are the ones that are just yes men. Because if you only have yes men around you all the time, I do think you could easily get like a bloated ego and you don't have anyone kind of setting you straight. And I think that's important. Some smoke in this one too.
Tim, you are. Ellis is. I think Tim's in the minority here.
Oh,
Sounds
I'm
like
definitely.
Fireflies is. Yeah. Oh my god.
A
That
loved
concert.
phenomenon by most.
Actually, I think about my parents.
Fireflies.
One of the Owl City concerts, my parents came with me.
I mean, also doesn't surprise
I'm
me.
surprised they didn't realize I was gay from that because it was all like girls, and I was like screaming too. There were definitely signs along the way. That was a pretty obvious one. Me at an Owl City concert crying to Fireflies.
I remember we joked about this back. This is before I even met you. We were like, "Yeah, I'm gay, but I'm not like Firefly gay."
Tim, there I am. Cuts to me crying at the Owl City concert
with your protective religious parents
Vanilla
behind you.
Twilight. That song's really sad too because it's about like death and losing someone you love. Like I cried during that one. To pay or not to pay is just the concert was fun.
I definitely know I'm in the minority though because I know most people like Owl City. I was definitely not winning any battles with arguments.
Also, 4 minutes 40 seconds.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, just good conversation, you know.
I think Fireflies. I think I've been too focused on the conversation, but I'll do what I can nonetheless. What do I have? 4 minutes? Okay.
Yeah. Rune Wonderland says, I think I figured out why I love these lives so much. This feels like hanging out with friends to me. Oh. I'm going to start crying again.
Okay, that's probably the gayest thing we've both done on the stream together. We both went, oh, at the same time.
No, that felt genuine, though. It's sweet.
Well, we are homosexuals. But yeah, I mean, I think the more that we've been doing these two, the more comfortable they've been getting and finding our routine with it. Because I think doing a bunch of cons while doing the streams was getting too heavy for a little bit. But now that we've kind of found this routine of, okay, every Wednesday we're committing to it, but we're not going to take them as seriously as we used to. And they've been really fun. So I'm glad. Thank you guys for coming to these.
Yeah. I always have fun with these now. I used to get really nervous before streams, but now I'm like, I'm just like you said, I'm getting coming on. There's all these friends, people we see every week, all the new people that join us too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people kind of get, if you start chatting, you usually get thrown into the group pretty well.
Yeah, and it's a very, very good group. I love the group, especially if you guys join the Discord, the people running it and the people that are active on it. It's usually good conversation. There's nothing that crazy that gets brought up. It's not like a political focused Discord, which I really like. I think we can save it for other channels.
I think we try to keep it like as an escape area because I think we all kind of are involved in those things in some ways. But it's like you kind of want places you can go to that feel like
Well, I know
time slowing down for a moment.
my friends sometimes yell at me because I try to stay away from politics as much as possible. And I think as artists, sometimes we need a good escape to go to. And I hope that the Discord that we have can provide at least a little bit of that, especially when the world is in such a weird place, especially right now with what's going on overseas. Hopefully that gets better in the coming weeks because that's actually crazy.
Felix, honestly, I somehow relate to both of you here. I love Owl City. I want to bully myself for that at the same time.
You said Felix?
Yeah. We call them guilty pleasures.
Actually, speaking of guilty pleasures,
2
I know
minutes.
we talked about this on the last stream of showing Josh 13 Ghosts, and we watched it.
I know
watched
Amy's
it over
not
the
here
weekend.
either right now. Amy was the one that was like really opting for me to see it. But,
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It was really good. I actually enjoyed it.
Well, it's
It
just a
wasn't
fun
like-
movie. It's not great.
Yeah, it wasn't like cinematic masterpiece, but it was really fun to watch. I didn't realize it was considered a horror movie, but to me it was more just
It's kind of an
thriller,
action.
almost
I mean,
like
there's some spooks.
puzzle solving, like how do we solve this and fix it.
Yeah, it's kind of a mystery.
Yeah. I do really want to see Murder on the Nile because I love Agatha Christie mysteries.
I almost prefer. I think we should just watch the older one.
Do they actually have an older Murder in the Nile?
Yeah.
I'd watch that, but I watched both because actually I did enjoy. I loved the old Murder in the Orient Express. I think that was my.
Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah,
I thought the old one was better than the new one.
I do too.
Okay.
1 minute left, but I like the cast on the new one. I think they have a good group.
Yeah, Gal Gadot can usually do pretty well. I haven't seen the Wonder Woman. The cat said the new one was pretty bad.
Yeah. Oh, now Astrid's joining us right now.
Oh, hey, Esther. I know she wants to go outside too.
I know she's trying to tell me that.
She's like, "Have you guys seen outside right now? What are you doing?"
What? These humans on their screens.
She's about to report us to child services if we don't take her out today.
I opened up the patio door, so we called it the cat TV.
Yeah, they're fixated on the TV.
Yeah. Jen says, Tim, in quotes, I have nothing against them, but...
I do have that bad habit too. I have nothing against it, but let me just state my opinion radically right now.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, Tim. Pencil start.
I'm definitely doing an extra 30 seconds.
I say you. Actually, this one's really cool though.
Yeah, this one I was really excited to, because when I found it, I like the structure. It's not crazy circles. I'm glad that we did some crazy circles today, but oof, those I'm still learning how to tackle those.
Jen says, just start talking about something Tim can rant about whenever you start to sketch, Josh. Perfect strategy. Got him.
You're right. No kidding.
It doesn't take much to start Tim on a rant, but...
No. It's very easy, actually.
That's my introvert strategy, actually being with an extrovert, though, is when we have people over, I've learned how to, like, get Tim on something, and I can just sit there and listen to him for, like, 10 minutes talk about something.
Yeah. Well, I think because I naturally love stories, like being a storyteller, so I can usually have something where I'm like, oh, guys, wait,
Oh, yeah.
you can't believe what happened.
I kind of just, like, throw something at you, and usually you're good at, like,
Just
keeping
taking
a
it.
conversation, yeah.
All right, I guess I'll stop there. Oh, yeah, that was great. I mean, definitely a lot of my lines are a little more warbly, but I think I like when the roof feels weathered and kind of, not perfectly symmetrical everywhere. Actually, could you close that curtain? There's a light here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so those are my 4 of the 15-minute ones. And I think going from these, you can see I had a bit more of the outline and the heavier thickness in some of the corners. Yeah, that looks good. Then moving on to these, I think it was more of like trying to push and find these structures quickly, but I feel pretty great about the overall feeling of it. I definitely think there's a lot to work on, and that's good. At least I'm like seeing it now. Okay, so if you guys followed along with us today, if you want to post on the Discord below, we have a link, and then we're gonna be doing a quick overview of everyone else's. Oh my gosh, I need to take a drip of water. Hold on.
Good. So our timer we can get rid of, and then I can get rid of the... Which one's that? This.
That one should be Cintiq small.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay.
And then here we gotta move the video back in. So yeah, post that below, and then we will pull them up on the Cintiq. Well, you know what? We need Cintiq big, though. Pull that down. Oh, gosh. How did I...
You can go to transform... Or wait. There's a way to have it fit to screen easily. Or you can just type numbers in, too.
Let me move this over here. All right, we're going to restructure while you guys are posting. But how did that feel? Did you guys feel like you learned something from the environments today? Was it challenging? Was it easy? Because I know for some of you, it probably was a little easier because maybe you're more familiar with doing environments. Oh, and be sure if you did follow to post it in the channel called Stream Follow Along. And if you did it traditionally like me, I know you're probably taking pictures and stuff right now, so it'll probably be a second. Let me close this. Oof. Oh yeah, and get this.
Yeah, get that all. You know, there's a button you can just click to make it fit to screen, right?
You just don't do this.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But you know what? Before we go to that, let me just one more time run through mine and kind of state, I think where I was the strongest in kind of creating the organic feel and then letting a lot of the negative space speak for itself. So in areas on like the side of the house, I think letting this be more neutral or more simple and then giving more texture to the roof. I actually think with some of these I did it better as well. I think implying texture is really good for environments, especially quicker ones. So that's something I noticed where you only have to draw a couple shingles, but it gives the impression of the entire roof then having that. Same with like up here on the tower. I do think having thicker lines on some of the outer edges can help kind of pull the forms together and the structures, especially for the people viewing it. Because I know on like this one, it definitely separates where the roof begins and where it ends by having this one be a bit darker going down. What else did I say I learned? I definitely learned I stretch things. Even with that last one, this is definitely a little stretched, especially the bottom part. That's something I'm going to have to try to tackle in reverse. I'm not exactly sure why I stretch environment stuff, but I think I have that natural inkling to want to pull it and make it longer. I don't know if there's something in me that makes it feel or wants to make it feel more fantastical, but that's definitely the impression I get. And then looking at the studies I did before to the studies I did now, still kind of in the same vein, but I do think if I was to do like this one again, I would definitely darken some of the areas. And I feel like I'm figuring some things out about it. So this is pretty good. So yeah, I'm curious to see who followed along today. Oh, now we're starting to get some submissions. Okay. So let me switch this back over.
Pull up this antique.
Can I make this full screen? Okay, let's pull up. We'll do Luna's first.
There's more up here.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
There we go.
All right, we're gonna do this one at a time.
Starting with Wishy.
Oh, you know what? I might just make this really big.
There's 2 posts with Wishies as well.
Okay, let's get this out of here. Whew. And like I said, I think we're gonna kind of restructure some of the desk even so that when we do follow alongs in the future, it'll be a bit easier to follow. We were like fighting the Cintiq this morning, and it prevented us from getting the Cintiq as ready as we wanted it.
But she says this feels like being thrown in the deep end of a pool when you're 4.
No, that's great.
Wishy, what are you talking about? These do look great.
Well, I think even for myself, I'm not super comfortable doing environment stuff, so I think doing it with you guys live, it's kind of like a let's grow together, and it's okay if we feel we're tripping over ourselves a bit.
I'll say, because you're not going to be doing like crazy critique on these anyways, because you're still learning.
No, and I can't even use the Cintiq right now. We can just pull things on it. I can't draw on it. We have to get a new update or something. Actually,
one more thing for going to critiques, because after this, Joe says, I was driving to my mom's place, but this was like a podcast. Too funny today. I'm going to message you some architecture notes that I think will help you.
Oh, yes. Please do, Joe. I'm serious about wanting to get better about environment drawing, and especially if I want to eventually do more of my own graphic novel style with swordplay, I definitely want to be able to draw environments and not feel like it's a big pain point for me. Okay, so I guess also when you post yours, I should have mentioned if you want to state what you felt kind of worked, what was weaker, things like that, that will help us then kind of know what you're working on. But for these, I actually think these look pretty good, especially some of the shapular ones, like the cylinder one. Let me make sure you guys can see these. Here, I'll move this over. I'll move the layers underneath. There we go. I actually think you're pretty great at this. And I think you're also doing a really fun play with contrast. So some of the roofs that are a little darker, like a medium tone, you're then leaving the walls white. And then you're doing the opposite. Like here, you are doing white roofs, but then underneath there's more texture and more tone. I think that's really smart. That's something I think we should implement more of. Even if it's not realistically rendered, I think aesthetically it's more pleasing to the eye. So I think that's great. I think same with me. I struggled with time a bit, but you did a good job at like at least trying to get the whole shape of the building. That's more than some of the ones I was able to do. And I can tell you're really good at structure. So like shape seems to be a strength for you. So yeah, like I said, I can't do like a paint over critique, but we can at least note on some things.
Yeah.
Do you notice anything when you look at these?
No, that first one too, I think looks perfect.
Yeah. Wow, you got a perfect from Josh.
Professor Schwab gives you an A++.
Let's pull up Isaac.
Ooh.
Oh, why are these coming in so big?
Photoshop.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, am I gonna have to resize each of these? Oh, Photoshop. Why do you do this to me today?
There it goes.
Let me pull up your other one. So hello Oscar, and says, I'm so slow and it still looks like early and lazy sketch states. Also probably drew the last house too big.
Oh,
Let me pull this one in. I already know part of what you're doing. It's because I did the same thing when I was in high school. So let me move this one over. Okay, so let me move it down. So something you're doing that I used to do a lot is my teacher called it chicken scratching. And the idea is like you're going really slow with like small kind of jilted movements. And sometimes I still do this too, so I get it. But sometimes it doesn't allow the form to read confidently. And I think something that might help you is maybe doing an underdrawing first, or when you're looking at the reference and then back to your drawing, maybe every now and then try to do a more confident stroke from the brush or from the pencil. And it can give you that feeling, because I'm seeing it especially in areas where lines aren't perfectly connecting, where you can see how it takes like a few different pencil scratches, but a lot of them are going off of the line that I think you want. Like this tower is a great example here, where there's like 5 different lines, but not all of them are laying over each other correctly. They're kind of scattering, and it creates this, I think what you're talking about, that sketchy messiness feel. Or even like with here, you can tell they're just not quite connecting perfectly, but I'm seeing the last one being your strongest. I think you found what was kind of working and what wasn't working in the early ones. And with the last one, I feel more of the confidence with it. There's still a little bit of that chicken scratchy, but I think you're still trying to find how to do a hard structure form, because I know that was, it's still a struggle for me doing environments and buildings and stuff. So I would say try to even pull, if you have like a small eraser, try using that and try to have like one clean line, or if you want it to be a bit darker still, go like create that clean line and then really go over it a little darker and then erase any of the excess. But I can see your growth even in these 4 images, where the last one feels the most sturdy to me.
I mean, Oscar, that's really impressive that you went from volleyball to joining the stream on the bus.
Oh yeah, actually.
To like actually getting some of these done today. You can give yourself a break now.
Yeah. Yeah, for the time you had, I feel like you also had to like just jump into it really quick. So running. Honestly, great job.
Oh, this is a cute way to set it up.
And I believe this is Ella. No, this is Lunala's.
Oh, Luna.
Luna, these are fantastic.
Oh my god.
To me, I think the strongest ones are where you keep the outside line a little heavier than the inside lines. Like I think this one works really well, and this one I think is really, really well done. I think this one loses a little bit of that strength because there's a strong outline everywhere, and I think it loses some of that balance. But I think it works so well when you pull the heavier lines on the outside. So I would definitely implore you to keep doing more of that. Because I think even with this one, I think having too many of the heavier lines within, I think it becomes a little more disjointed looking. But then when you're able to pull it back, I think this looks so good. Yeah, these early ones, I mean, this one, which was really hard to capture the form, I think with this like staircase area, I think it looks really nice. Yeah, wow, that first one. It just feels very structurally sound. But I think this one's your strongest, the sixth one. I think that reads very, very well. So yeah, good job, Luna.
Actually, I'll do a couple comments quick too.
Oh, yes.
I'll do Oscar's. Oscar said, in general, I think I just need more time or just draw on an even smaller scale to get the flow. I think I need to block out the basic shapes with confidence and just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Luna says, I never draw houses, so I'm glad they came out okay.
Oh, do you never draw? That looks like you draw environments a lot.
Yeah, that one especially too.
It looks so good. All right, and then lastly, this is, let me close this out. Janisha. So for this one,
ooh.
So I think I can kind of tell that maybe environments are also a bit of a learning thing for you. So there's a few things I kind of want to say.
I do like the smoke. It's so cute. Like all swirly.
Oh yeah, I love that. I think pulling, kind of like what I was saying to Oscar, some of these lines that are a bit thicker at the top, because you have so many, I would take out your eraser and try to find one clean line. And I know it's tough when you're under time constraints too, but I think having maybe just a couple structures that are really strong, and then if the rest doesn't get fully rendered, or even close to render, that's okay. But I think going back, I can see some of it, but like, oh, I wish I could use this Cintiq right now. I think this would be a good example where just like cleaning up this can help it read a little better. And then making sure that these bricks, like whenever you add bricks, I think making them look too boxy can be an issue. I think for you, maybe having some that are a little, like there's sometimes the cement that is in between the shapes, you know, even if you do this really quickly, I think having different size stones can help create that illusion. I don't remember if the reference had like the same size bricks, but I would definitely try that. And then for stairs, definitely don't make that look like a slide. You know, even if you have to do it quickly, I'm trying to do this with the mouse, so forgive me if this is a little weird. You know, still create that 90-degree angle depending on the position of it, and then create that illusion of stairs. Because if you make it look like a slide, it kind of takes it out of that looking like a staircase. And then even with something like this, just give it a little bit more, and then maybe just a couple shingles. Oh, it's so weird drawing with the mouse. So just imply that. And I do think when you're doing underlying structures, I think this can read a little bit confusing. But if you limited it to just one, I think that could really help you out. And then really try to make it cleaner. So yeah.
Looks so good though. I love that smoke.
Anytime you can add magic smoke. Oh, there is
so
another
good.
one. You're right. Hold on. Ooh, these are looking good. Let's see. I'm gonna make this smaller. Okay, so this is officially the last one. I know today was a bit of a daunting challenge for those of you who joined me today, and it was the daylight savings time, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, that did mess up a little bit.
This was from some T. Tried to follow randomly, was actually rendering something and stumbled upon your stream. Haven't been drawing in forever now. Oh, that's awesome. The thing that I really like about these, even from the start, is you're more of a minimalist artist, it seems, if in terms of like what you include are more of the important structures. Specifically, this one I really, really like. This I could definitely see being like almost finished. It has that type of an appeal to it. I think where it gets a little heavier Actually, I mean, it's still good, but I think it loses a little bit of that charm that you have, even with this one.
I mean, that drawing was so different from the rest, though, too. It's like the castle on the cliff thing.
Yeah, this one was very difficult.
Yeah, it felt busier.
I mean, a lot of the ones that I chose in the later half were more difficult. Ooh, this one's so strong, too. I feel like you're one of the artists. You're doing kind of like what I was mentioning earlier. Like, sometimes one line can be stronger than a bunch of lines because it feels more thought out. Where this top part here feels so good. I think it loses it a little bit in like this area because there's a bunch of lines as you see, but when you control it to just like one confident stroke, that reads so well. That reads really, really well to me. Oh, I love how you even write, I can't see the shapes clearly in the original. Oh yeah, because that one you probably had to zoom in. Yeah, this one was just tough all around. It's funny, I can see where I think you feel more confident in more of the structural lines, the more straight lines, but in the curved ones I can see it feeling a little more like frantic. And I'm the same way with the buildings today. This one caused me trouble. Yeah, this one feels so clean too. Yeah, really great job. This one really caught my attention. I just really like that. Yeah, so great job. This is really strong. And especially if you haven't drawn in a while, to just jump in and do this, that's amazing. Okay. Gorgeous. I think that's all we have for today. Oh yeah, I can't make this bigger right now. So thank you guys so much for coming to this live stream. Like we said earlier, we do these every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central Time, and I'll have to remind everyone next week for the daylight savings time thing. Next week, we're going to be doing the create a stream together, or I forgot what I call these.
Create a drawing?
I forgot what it was like. Community creation? I forgot what I called these streams, but we're going to be basically creating something together. You guys are going to be throwing things at me, and then we'll try to come up with something.
It's really fun.
And maybe we'll try to integrating some of the environment stuff we learned today with it. Who knows?
We'll see.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I guess we'll kind of leave it open to you guys, and yeah, we'll hopefully catch you next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope you guys have a great day.
Good job, everyone. Thanks for doing this today.
Yeah. Big
just
thanks
being
to
here, drawing, all that.
Whoever did it today, big thank you. And then we're going to go out and enjoy the spring. We're going to go on a little bike ride. So I hope you guys are able to do something similar today. Okay. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye,
Bye,
everybody.
bye, 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 bye.